Damn, Gary, some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this?
That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Jerking off to me, okay? I smell like burnt hair. Julie, that isn't stopping you.
What the?
Oh, no.
Don't keep pouring garbage in my mouth.
Hi.
Piece of shit, man. You can just go off. Now I like girls who like girls with penises.
I'm gay.
I will
Wow.
ride you like Seabiscuit.
See you guys around.
Every word you sing is true. Yes, I promise you. That's all I need.
Oh, please give me cock. I want a cock.
I've seen that face in an old video.
This one?
Oh, that's X-Ray.
That's X-Ray Girl. What video are you watching?
I can't. Who knows what the titles are?
There you go. Got a little revealed about Jay and X-Ray Girl apparently today.
There it is. Well, yeah.
Later.
Please give me cock. Cock.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Oh.
What's up?
What a week. What a week.
What a week. Yeah. How was your week, Benny and Jeremy?
You know, just another day of Twitter screeching about anything and everything. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Nothing outside of the norm.
Day that ends.
Takes a little heat off all my videos that are usually out there. So,
well, I mean, again, so we had people crying last night, making up stuff, and I'm like, why are you making up stuff to cry about G&G when Ryan Kennel exists? Okay, like all you need to do is watch 5 minutes of any G&G video with Ryan, and you can find a lot. All right, or
Ryan's all thanks.
Well, true though.
I mean, I dropped the N-word on CobraCast accidentally last week. Okay,
Whoop, accidentally.
Yeah, I dropped it. Damn. I dropped it accidentally when I was in traffic yesterday too, Jeremy.
Wait, so
So what you guys are saying is I should have worn my Black Panther costume.
Yes.
Yes. Always.
You are wearing your Black Panther
Always.
costume.
What was I thinking?
I got a decent amount of fucking pushback for that. I thought I was like embracing that movie and Wakanda and like, no, you can't do anything. I'm fucked if I like a movie. I'm fucked if I don't like a movie. I'm fucked if I dress up as one of my favorite Avengers.
You just can't win as a white man.
Wait, look, like
Unless you vote the right way, then you can. Yeah.
so the super chat was from a person named Munchie Ninja, and I happened to say Munchie, and then there were people out there that were saying this proves that he actually does say that word in private. And for those accusations, I would say you're goddamn right. I do. Of course I do. Who doesn't do that? Besides Ryan, Ryan doesn't say that word, but yeah.
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
That's what he was just trying to say.
Man.
That's all he was trying to say.
But I am black from the waist down, and I have my friend Ryan Kennel, my black friend Ryan Kennel. So I have an N-word pass. All right. So I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know. It's not a big deal, really. We saw Black Panther 2 opening weekend.
Yeah.
Because Ryan got us in. I don't know what the problem is, really. I think they should stop judging.
And you guys did your part. You tried to keep as many white people out of the theater as you possibly could. Okay.
That was called his review.
There is a in the political zeitgeist, there is a really hysterical racist row going on right now with the Babylon Bee publishing an article that Vivek Ramaswamy has been given the 7-Eleven job inside of Donald Trump's White House.
Wait, I heard he's also playing Sauron.
He bounced back
I didn't know
quick.
they had a 7-Eleven in the White House. They got everything.
Oh, it used to be a Wawa, so things have really gone downhill. So
the art. So I don't know if we can pull up the article, but the art associated with that piece is A+.
It's top notch.
And Vivek's response was like, "I hope you don't forget to grab a Slurpee. Please come again."
I loved it because I saw him. We heard a lot of feedback from the people out on the internet and our fans, and we heard it, and it is stupid. Move on.
Well, I saw Seth Dillon retweeted because I guess the New York Post wrote an article about how offensive it was, and then Seth retweeted that article. He says it really wasn't that funny of a joke until everyone got pissed off about it. Now it's hilarious.
No, it's great.
And that's really where it got. I mean, it was good. It was a good, funny joke, but it was the screeching that really took that to the next level.
Well, that's Ryan's problem that he was just talking about. He said so much worse that nobody's ever caught. So, oh, well.
There you go.
He looks so
I like how
he looks sad.
You see the hallway there?
My old friend.
It's like it looks like a mall 7-Eleven. And what is that?
No, it's in the
No,
White
it's
House.
the White
That's the White House.
No,
Yeah.
that's the. Yes, that's the East Room of the White House. So they integrated the 7-Eleven into the White House. The article itself is like.
Sorry, I didn't recognize. I didn't recognize it with all the evil people in it. My apologies.
Without all the trans activists dancing around,
clicking their fingernails.
We
like
did it, Joe.
We did it.
Joe.
Oh man, good stuff.
Good stuff. Hey, we got a show to do. We got a lot to talk about. The D-Files, not that kind of D chat. I know what you're thinking. Nine's always in the gutter, and that's why we love you.
Our chat is very respectful. I do not think they would think like that.
Wait a second. We just talked about something, and I think we might have a response. Could somebody drop out here real quick? Here, I'll do it. I'll drop out. We got somebody.
I'll drop.
You come back.
We'll get you back. What's up, Vivek?
Hey.
Whoa!
Look at this. What's up, guys?
I was craving a Slurpee.
Can I get my change back correctly?
You know, we'll. It depends on what we got in the shop. I'll let you know, man. Good to see you. Benny hit me up. I'm in the car. I got a few minutes to pop in with you guys. What's going on?
Guys, the chat is melting down.
Yeah,
I'm melting down.
Yeah,
Like
Vivek, you are on the #1 nerd podcast on a Friday night on this channel.
Awesome.
At this time.
At this time.
Let me do an introduction.
Yes.
Vivek, you ran a campaign that was very social media and culture based, and you were willing to go to boxing matches with Jake Paul, right? You were willing to hop on TikTok and go jet skiing and do whatever. And so this is like the cultural epicenter of YouTube. Every nerd channel and every like cultural Hollywood based like cultural commentary and critique channels, the biggest ones on YouTube are live right now in this room. So
good for you guys, man.
And me.
Yeah, well, it was a cut above. I think it was a fun campaign. To be honest with you, I think that I tend to be best at things. I think most of us are when we're having fun along the way. And I'd say about 80% of it was a lot of fun. And there's the 20% that feels like a sharp poke in the eye. But that's part of the cost of doing business if you're running for president. But mostly, it was pretty good.
Look, there's a lot of people out in the chat probably have a lot of great questions for you. And I think we have a great, very poignant question for you. What do you think of the MCU?
Of the MCU?
Yes.
Formerly known as the Marvel Cinematic Universe until there's been so many women in it.
Yeah. Oh, I got you.
That's its nickname.
Yeah,
Somebody here
yeah.
might have coined that phrase.
I see. Yeah, the demasculinization of everything.
Yes.
Our culture. Yeah. Kind of what we teach young boys as part of the message. Shut up, sit down, do as you're told. I don't think we need to be doing that. I think that's kind of my view on it. I guess I'm biased. Maybe I'm the father of 2 sons. And so I cringe at what the culture tries to force feed them about masculinity or being a man. But you know what? I think that pendulum has swung a certain direction. I think people are sick of it. Everybody who has sons as well, I think a lot of them quietly feel the same way, including my wife and a lot of women and my others would feel the same way about not actually, whipping young boys into submission out of a culture that drains it out of them. So, I guess that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, Vivek, I think one of the unique things about the campaign you ran and kind of really how you've popped off is really how you embraced the entertainment side of things, the social media side of things, and the realization that so many people who have been in Washington for decades and decades don't get, which is entertainment is really important to where we're moving in culture. And when you see things in entertainment, you got to push back on it. Can you talk about why you made that such an important part?
Well, I think so too, because I think that when you just start right in the politics of it, what happens is that you have a lot of people who have what they think of as their pre-baked opinions, but really may not actually be their true opinions. It's just been
losing
start over there. Me? Okay.
Can you think
better outside?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, it's better outside. I'll answer this question and then I got to and then I'm going to roll. I was in the car on my way into something.
All good. Thank you.
But what I was going to say is people think they believe something when you're starting the politics of it and then their brains just close up. But if you start kind of over there, right, not quite in the epicenter of partisan politics, and you sort of back into it from the culture, from somebody's vantage point as a parent or just as a consumer of information or consumer of entertainment, then I feel like you find people in a much more open state of mind to potentially trying something on like a set of clothes, I guess is the way I would say it, right? Entertainment's like a set of clothes. You try it on. If it fits, great. You keep it on and you keep continuing watching the series or whatever it is you're watching. And if not, you put it back on the rack. And politics isn't that way. So if you have a political idea and somebody, they're not willing to try it on like a set of clothes, it's like, burn that because that's not what I'm going to wear. But if it's in the category of entertainment or culture, it's like, okay, I could try that on. And if it doesn't fit, I get a full refund. I put it back on the rack. And so I think that that's an interesting way to have backed into politics or to issues relating to political importance. And I'm not a politician. And so for me, it was a much more natural way to do it. And so I don't know if that made sense or not, me rambling here as I'm walking in the snow into this building, but that gives you my 2 cents right
the
there.
fact that
I should join this on a future Friday.
You should. Yeah. That'd be awesome. The fact that you recognize it at all is important. Seeing a candidate like even acknowledge it is moving forward. So I appreciate
one of the
that.
things that Elon told me actually early, Elon Musk, I didn't know him before the race, but we've gotten to be pretty friendly through this, is I think he said it a couple of times to me. Whatever's the entertaining, whatever the most likely outcome isn't the most rational outcome. The most likely outcome is the one that's most entertaining. And I have grown to believe there's a lot of wisdom to that. So we'll see.
Absolutely.
We'll see how that plays out.
Hey,
So,
Vivek,
anyway.
real quick, I know you got to go. I'm a hardcore Trump supporter, mega Trump supporter. I've had my skepticism on you throughout the campaign, but I've always appreciated how you've done everything. And now I'm happy that you're going to bring that energy from the campaign to helping Trump. We need him back in the White House. So I appreciate you doing what you're doing, man. Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. We're going to try to end this in New Hampshire. I think it's got to end in New Hampshire. I think if it doesn't end in New Hampshire, there's going to be some bad things that could play out. And a lot of Trump supporters didn't love me for saying this over the last couple of months, but I think it's the truth. I think there's a plot to narrow this down to a 2-horse race between Trump and a puppet who they can control. That puppet has a name. It's called Nikki. And then they want to eliminate him and trot in their puppet. And so part of the reason I dropped out is I got 8% in Iowa. I was about to probably get about something similar in New Hampshire. If I could throw that in Trump's direction and end this thing in New Hampshire on Tuesday, all is well. If not, I will hate to be the one to say, I told you so, because I would rather be wrong about this than be right on something like this. But I am worried about what comes after. So anyway, I'm focused on it, guys. We'll see you later. I truly believe if Trump gets back in office in 2024, you're primed for 2028. So good having you on, man. Good seeing you, brother.
Hell yeah.
We'll
Thanks
see
for
you
coming
Thanks
on.
for calling
Appreciate
me, guys. We'll
you.
join again. We'll join
All
again,
right.
guys. Talk to you.
Take care.
See you later.
God bless you, man.
Benny Johnson.
Holy shit.
Yes.
Benny
All right.
Johnson.
Woo. That was pretty cool, Betty. But when can you get Trump on? That's
Next.
Let's get Nikki
Next
on.
up, baby.
next up.
I know I'm British, and I know I don't have any horse in this race, but I actually do regret not saying to Vivek that he was my favorite place to visit in Morrowind.
And the fact
Parents are a fan.
You know what though? The fact is he can appreciate a good joke like that too.
Yes.
That's what's cool about him.
He was like, wait a second. Like he doesn't have like his whole life to sit around and watch Marvel movies, but he like immediately got the MCU. He's like, the demasculation of all male characters.
Yeah.
Like immediately.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, Benny, that was awesome.
That
Thank
was
you.
great.
Thank you, Benny.
Surprise.
You're the man.
So
we were so close to having a presidential candidate on FNT, and we will aspire to that next.
former
We're
is
about
good.
a week late. We're about
Yeah.
a week late. So
It's
pretty
all good. Thank you, Betty. Hi, Jeremy. Let's get through introductions real quick. Hi, Jeremy. How you doing?
Hi, Gary. Let's go Friday Night Tights. Happy to have Benny here.
Hell yeah. Hi, Az.
Oh, fuck off.
Love you too, boo. Hi, Ryan.
Hello. Me and Gary watched Reacher, the finale of Reacher last night.
Yes,
So
we did.
that's our one time a week we get to talk about shit we like. Now we get to talk about shit that sucks. So here we are on FNT.
There's a whole bunch of it. To talk about. Thanks, brother. Hello, Chrissy.
Hello, it's good to be here. I almost passed out in our private chat when we were like, "What's the homework?" And someone said, "We have to watch Echo over again." So I'm so happy that was just a joke, and excited to have Benny here, and excited to talk about all the things.
Hell yeah.
Real quick. I see a lot, and I'm retweeting all of them now. A lot of people are talking about Vivek being on FNT. I want you all to retweet that and tag him. Let him know how many people saw that. Let him know that nerd culture, geek culture, is the way to go, man. That's the way to turn the scales right there. So
It's
retweet,
important.
show some love out there.
Agreed. Hi, Comics Division.
Hey guys, how's it going? Fucking radical start to the show. Having Vivek on was pretty amazing. Thank you, Benny.
This is the advantage of like not planning anything before the show, because it leaves us open
Just have it.
to do stuff like this. Planning is overrated. What's up, Odin? What's up, Papa?
Oh, what's up? Oh, I'm so sad to have missed last week's discussion of Echo, but just know I did still have to watch
the majority of that show, and oh my gosh, garbage.
Did you watch the last episode? Because that's the worst part.
It is.
I somehow was not able to have time to watch the last episode. I don't know if I should at this point.
Damn, it's like not eating another slice of pizza.
Exactly.
I talked this about I missed the most obvious joke about the end of that episode too, with all the girl bosses sinking into one girl boss. They synced up their periods. It's like a Marvel equivalent of all the women syncing their periods.
Yeah. God, I can't believe we missed that.
That is
I thought that was the bit in the end of Endgame when they all came together. That was them syncing their periods.
Yeah.
That's why me and X-Ray Girl can't be on at the same time for too long.
Oh,
that's right.
Well, yeah, I don't think you should be having a period right now, Chrissy.
Right.
Yeah. You should get checked.
Or probably go to the fucking doctor.
Yeah. How far along are you, Chrissy?
Gosh, like 27 weeks.
What's that months, man? You're
not
talking to a dummy. Yeah.
You're not Asian. I'm almost in the 3rd trimester, so like.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Congrats.
That was the worst part.
Rocking and rolling.
Like it just feels like I'm wearing a fat suit and I can't breathe.
I know exactly how you feel.
Okay, George Mayer, thank you very much.
I was thinking about it.
Hi, Quarter Black.
Yo, what's up? Hey, I disagree with Ryan. I don't think this week we're going to be talking about stuff that suck. I think it's positive that Disney is falling down and Hollywood is imploding, so it's pretty good.
Good point.
At least we didn't have to watch Echo. That's another positive right there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and Vivek on the show, that's crazy. Crazy open to the show.
And did he straight up make like a 7-Eleven joke? Like the first thing?
Oh, yeah.
Chrissy
jokes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Christy
I said
did
this.
one,
This is how we
Craving
win.
Slurpees.
We win with memes. That's how we win.
You make fun of them.
Yes.
2016 was all about memes.
Yes, it was.
Right.
I think everybody forgets that.
No, dude. 20. Yeah, that's how MAGA won 2016. You got to win it again with memes. That's it.
Yep. Hello, Shad M Brooks.
Hey, how are you, Gary?
Oh, what's up?
Yeah, not much. I mean, I feel, I don't know why, I feel a little different. But,
Look a little different.
Do I?
You sound a little stuffy.
I feel a little stuffy, but you know, yeah, things are good. Things are good. It's good to be here. What's up?
Did you take the vaccine?
You have facial paralysis.
Yeah.
This is an echo. You know, come on.
Sorry, my face not very. Hang on. Oh my gosh, I'm a plushie, guys! Look at this! Look at, I turned into a plushie. It's amazing.
AI. It's AI.
It's AI, everybody. Yeah, don't worry.
We're falling and I can't get up.
It's Sam Piker. Join the show.
Oh, there he goes.
I was going to say,
He's gone.
Shad M Brooks died suddenly. Sorry.
But since Shad is dead, just send super chats. Just send super chats in his memory.
Yeah. We'll read all the condolences super chats that you want to send. Also, happy birthday, Mark, if you want to send any
happy birthday, Mark.
Yeah.
Which Mark?
The cyborg.
Oh, the one-legged guy. That can't sneak up on anybody. The one guy who liked
unless he takes that leg off, man.
Yeah, well,
The
he
one
liked
guy who
Echo.
appreciated the Echo series.
Yeah. The one guy who liked Echo. And our very special guest, Mr. Benny Johnson. Hail, Benny!
Hail, Benny Johnson.
What's up, dude?
Oh, it has been a great week. It has been a great week. There's been a lot of a lot of good energy this week. A lot of good vibes. And talking about news and politics, and every day there's like a goose lays another golden egg. seconds ago, Alec Baldwin got charged with murder. So,
well, hold on, manslaughter. Let's not give him the murder, manslaughter. But he
technically woman slaughter, but yeah,
he only shot someone while pointing a gun and pulling the trigger when he wasn't quite sure if there was a bullet in it or not.
Yeah, it was barely his fault.
Hey,
I do that every day of my life.
More importantly, will he still be making his appearance at the Atlanta Comic-Con?
And we'll be, we did have during COVID all these, people making appearances behind glass, to protect themselves. I think that people going will be appearing behind bulletproof glass just to make sure when you meet Alec Baldwin.
I heard him being there was a shot in the dark.
The best, like
Alec, can you sign the 6-shooter?
I was thinking about going.
Loaded.
Yeah, exactly. I was thinking about going, but I just couldn't pull the trigger.
I am
near miss.
I
think you should still take a shot.
Yeah. I didn't go after Alec Baldwin as bad as Ryan did in videos, but I definitely did like when it first happened. Ryan made like 3 videos a day on it. I was making
when
like
the first one got like 200,000 views, of course,
but there are I know that there's people that reacted to my videos, like talking about how dangerous it was that I was saying that he did anything wrong, and I need to go find those videos and react to them right now. There's also a video of what's his brother's name? There's 3.
Which one?
The one that's not the religious one.
Steven.
Billy?
Steven. Okay, I believe it was Steven. So this was like, Alec Baldwin, like he has TDS, severe case of TDS, like big time. There's a clip of when his brother was on The Apprentice and their mother was going crazy over how in love with Donald Trump she was and how she wanted to make him leave his wife. And everybody's like tying that back into why Alec Baldwin has TDS. It's so fantastic. So I need to find that clip and just to dedicate it to Alec Baldwin, who literally killed another human being, by the way, just to point that out. I don't know if, and somebody said that it's not true. He hasn't been, no, he did kill someone. Like, it's not murder yet.
Yeah,
he's not been found guilty from. He did kill another human being. Though
the bullet
that
didn't.
Is a fact.
The bullet did not appear in the girl out of nowhere. Yeah,
that is a fact.
The question is whether it was
poor woman, by the way.
Yeah, a woman
and her family,
with children, right? Yeah.
I mean, women directors are struggling as it is, so you don't have
taking them out left, right, and center.
Do them for fuck's sake, mate. Come on.
Yeah,
shots
Alec
fired.
Baldwin.
One could say
Hollywood was about to reach we're about to have like the diversity quota, and you've set us back 20 years.
They were about to check the box.
Oh, Father Christopher Miller, please pray for us.
Cinematography.
Yeah.
So women in STEM. So if you read the indictment, the indictment says the plaintiff, Alec Baldwin, caused the death of, right? So that's the language of the indictment, and there are 2 charges that he's found that he's indicted for by the grand jury. So that's the way they word it, right? So call it what it is. The indictment itself, in black and white, judged by a jury of his peers, says we indict you for causing the death of Hyanna Hutchins. So that's the language.
Yeah, and so right now it's involuntary manslaughter. That is the charge. And if you guys remember, they dropped charges, 8 months ago or something. That was over basically a fuck up by the prosecutors because it was about the gun. There's supposedly evidence that said the gun malfunction. That was never the case. That was basically an improper report. They had to go back, get it done the right way, do a proper investigation because that weapon, the only way that weapon can fire is if the trigger's depressed. That's it. That's the only way that gun can go off.
Not half as depressed as she was.
Sure, yeah. Unless there was some sort of like major mechanical failure, which once they do an inspection of the gun, they can verify whether that did or did not happen. But whether it's him just straight up pulling the trigger or he was attempting to decock that gun, in which case you would have to, hold the hammer, pull the trigger, then depress the hammer slowly. Maybe he just let the hammer go, whatever. Either way, he fucking lied out of his teeth in that George Stephanopoulos interview where he claimed, I never pulled the trigger, the gun just went off. He did pull the trigger. And that is why he's now that they finally have that in evidence, that is why he has been charged with involuntary manslaughter.
Well, again, we like to be fair here on Friday Night Tights, and we're
Yeah.
painting a very negative picture.
Famously
of Alec
known for
Baldwin,
it,
okay?
by the way.
Yeah, we're painting a very negative picture of Alec Baldwin, and I just
Good.
want to say, like, there's no evidence that Alec Baldwin has anger issues. There's no evidence that he may be violent or anything like that. There's no. Oh, that's right. Here's a picture of him fighting over a parking spot.
I mean,
Is that his own
Wait,
body
that's
double?
not a paparazzi.
I was gonna
A citizen's arrest. I mean,
no, this is so. If you go to, I found the headline for it right here. Alec Baldwin arrested after fight over parking spot.
Oh man.
Wow.
Like, yeah, Baldwin arrested after fighting over parking spot. Like,
He's busted his ass for 5 years for that parking spot.
This is in New York City, though. I can understand.
so I don't. Regardless of whatever it is.
Look, he deserves that. He's got all the talent.
bro.
Both guys are wearing the same tube socks. Like the entire
Yeah,
fight was
like-
sponsored by tube socks. Pull it up. White guy tube socks.
That
Look at
looked
this.
like two white
This
guys
is like
fighting.
the greatest PR. This is the greatest.
Are they wearing
sponsored
New
content.
Balance?
Yeah, look, it's incredible. The white middle-aged man has a vibe, baby.
Damn straight.
Oh,
I don't wear
man.
white tube
Can't
socks. Though.
fight if you're not comfortable.
Maybe that's
it's
what
good.
they were actually fighting over.
Hail memology. I see in the chat, baby. What's
I
up,
wanted
man?
to put sandals on. Fuck you. I wanted to put sandals on today with my white socks.
It's good that we tone things down today after we have Vivek on to show that we really actually deserve to have respectable people here with
Yeah.
you know, making jokes about a
Fuck your
woman.
pronouns. And there are two genders.
Deal with it.
Oh, our video. By the way, that might have been Mrs. Nerdrotic's favorite thing ever of you wrapping yourself in plastic. That got age restricted, dude. It got age restricted, and it is the funniest shit I've ever seen. I was like, I'm trying to laugh, and like, I'm like, dude, don't tie that too tight around your neck, please. I don't want you to like die on stream. That was hilarious. If you don't know, Benny, we were talking about a video where they were trying to cancel Gina Carano, and they interviewed two whole cosplayers who were going to boycott a con in Vancouver because Gina was going to show. We were just talking about Alec Baldwin showing up at a con, but they thought Gina was going to be dangerous. Who's So Az decides to wrap himself in plastic live on stream and go, now you're safe. Now you're safe. This is your safe space. It's pretty funny. You might have
What
to
a
pull up that clip.
ass backwards world we live in,
Yeah.
where Gina, one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. She's dangerous, but let's
Right.
celebrate Alec Baldwin, who literally killed another human being.
So
Gina's dangerous to the narrative. So
Yeah, she
so
is.
I've only met Gina once, and it was at an event where I actually met Jeremy and Ryan for the first time when Gina was doing a movie with the Daily Wire, Terror on the Prairie. Anyway, this was 2 years ago, and there was an armorer. Alec Baldwin. This had just happened with Alec Baldwin, and there was an armorer. I'd never hung out with an armorer, and so he's hanging around at the party. I'm like, I grab my bourbon, I go over, like, bro, you got to tell me everything about Alec Baldwin, like murdering people. And he's like, let me tell you something. As a professional armorer, and maybe you guys hang out with him, I don't. I thought this was really neat conversation. He's like, let me tell you something about my profession. When you're on set and you're testing the guns, you want to make sure that the guns fire authentically the blanks. And so what you do is when no one's around and you're done filming, you actually shoot real bullets out of the firearms into the desert, right? Hit a can, hit a snake, whatever. You shoot it, and you ensure that the gun is firing appropriately because it needs to look good on camera when it fires the blank. And he says, I know exactly what happened because everyone told me from that set. What happened is they were doing that and they missed one of the blanks for one of the real bullets that they were using for target practice. And they left a real bullet in the gun, and asshat Alec Baldwin pulls the trigger, points it straight down the barrel of the camera. There you go.
Yeah, and the armorer was like the daughter of like a famous armorer, right?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Yes, complete nepotism,
Complete
inexperience.
nepotism.
Fucking, she's got like an OnlyFans and shit. Just a fucking person who was more concerned with whoring herself out than she was with like gun safety. So,
Was Alec pointing it where he was supposed to, or was he like?
So
like,
according
joking
to according to all the reports that did come out, they were doing. They were not filming, but they were framing a shot. They were getting ready to film, and it's basically a scene where he's sitting in like a church pew, and he does a cross draw of the gun, and they were telling him, okay, make sure you angle it a little more this way, a little more that way. And it was like he was directed to move the gun so they could get it in a certain part in the frame. So he was being directed as where to point it. The problem is nowhere in this practice sequence should he have ever been actually firing. And my personal guess is that he was going to, because he probably pulled it out, maybe cocked it when he pulled it, or once he pointed it. My personal guess is that he was trying to decock it, and he pulled the hammer back to press the trigger and just fucking let it go, and it fired. That's what I think personally happened. But
it had
and maybe that's why he thinks it just went off.
Am I wrong, Ryan? It has to be a real bullet.
It was. They confirmed it was real. Yes.
Yeah. If it wasn't a blank, it wasn't like you fired a blank and there was like a piece of dirt in there. It was a bullet.
It's not like the Crow, which had like a fragment. That killed Brandon Lee. It was a full-on bullet.
God. Well, it's still ultimately Alex.
R.I.P. Brandon Lee.
Alex's fault because he's the executive producer on it.
Well,
so it still falls under his.
The thing is, there can be multiple people at fault, right?
Yeah.
The armor certainly didn't follow the right procedure. She is like undergoing the same shit he has been for a long time. He, even if he didn't know there was a bullet in there, there is a certain level of recklessness that would be associated with pointing a gun at someone and pulling the trigger when there's no reason to, right? When it's a rehearsal that doesn't call for you to do that or anything like that. There's certain restrictions that should be in place. And if you're going to be doing firing with blanks, other people should have been there as well. They didn't do that. It was just fucking rehearsal. So there's a big layer to this.
Yeah.
So
and as the charges go, I've done time with like a poor kid who fell asleep at the wheel, accidentally killed his cousin, right? Just he wasn't drunk, wasn't on drugs, has never been charged with anything, had to do a minimum year in jail. Well, he didn't have Alec Baldwin's lawyers, but yeah, he had to spend a year in jail for falling asleep at the wheel, reckless endangerment, and this was years ago. But yeah, that poor kid had to spend a year in jail and then had to live with killing his cousin because he just fell asleep. So there are, I'm not saying Alec Baldwin's going to jail, but it's happened.
So I have the indictment up in front of me. It says negligent use of a firearm, and then it says Alec Baldwin did cause the death of Hyanna Hutchinson by an act committed with the total disregard for and indifference for safety of others, and the act was such that an ordinary person would anticipate death might occur in the circumstances. 4th-degree felony.
Wow.
So pointing a gun at somebody and then firing, right? That's what they're saying there in the indictment.
And the armor was
didn't
a very.
Didn't they claim that the director requested that he shoot at her?
So they did direct him where to point, but again, he was not supposed to actually fire during this. What they were doing during this scene was they had the camera set up and they were getting the shot.
They were blocking.
In order to frame, they were blocking it. Exactly. They were blocking the sequence. So the people that were there was like the director, the cinematographer were standing very close to the screen next to the camera, telling him to move it this way or that way. And that is why Alec did point it at them, because they directed it. So, but the pulling the trigger is the bad part.
And the armorer is a very inexperienced person who didn't really deserve to be in this position, correct?
She had never really had this type of responsibility before. I think she had worked one job before this.
Right. And so this is why, whether it's diversity behind the camera or in front of the camera or anywhere,
or in a
it
plane,
will always cause problems,
or in a plane,
especially in a plane.
Ultimately, it's the producers, right? Because the producers are the ones that hired the armorers and made these choices.
Right.
The armor.
Yeah. Because it literally, if let's just say that there's an actual man who has years of experience, who has a commanding voice, who has a commanding presence, who walks up and says, "Hey, you need to be doing X, Y, and Z," versus some dumb bitch with an OnlyFans who's like, yeah, you can do. Could have literally.
Can I get a selfie first, please?
Yeah, exactly. So this DEI bullshit is a cancer no matter where it's at.
Oh, amen.
And that's the bottom line. That's the
It's a
bottom
cancer
line.
for everyone, including her, because now her life is ruined because she was not experienced and she was put in a position that she did not deserve to be in. She could have worked her way throughout years like everyone else, and then eventually would have gotten to a place where she was in a place like that, but she was not. and now somebody's dead, and now your life's ruined, and multiple other people's
and
lives
that's where
are ruined.
that's where it ruins the actual quote unquote diversity on a much smaller scale. By the way, not getting somebody shot, but like somebody gets a shot at a Marvel movie and they completely fuck it up and their career's over before it even begins. You know, that doesn't do anybody any favors. Or you make an Echo show.
The makeup department and be happy.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Why you gotta shoot for the moon?
Exactly.
Why?
There's plenty of jobs.
You know, actually, if they had shot at the moon, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
There's plenty of jobs for women on set. There's people that fucking make food. There's people that deal with makeup. There's people that deal with costuming and like
set
hand jobs.
Exactly.
Production design is a big thing.
Hey,
That's what the actors do, Chrissy.
The only reason people, hey,
selling them short.
hey, the only reason the people bought that fake moon landing is because there was men up there. Okay, that's all.
That'd be like a stretch too far to be like, well, the women made it all the way here. Come the fuck on.
Get the
right?
fuck out of here.
You're ridiculous now. Why she brought a cat with her?
Man, there was a story that went nuclear on my channel of a military aircraft. I don't know them well enough to be able to say it off the top of my head, but it was in Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
and they missed this giant fucking runway. I mean, this runway is like the size of the island, and it missed the runway. It goes right into the ocean, and it turns out the entire crew was piloted by women, and the plane is like a $10 million, $20 million plane.
It's in the water. It's in the drink.
There's photos of it.
Yes,
it's reported by everyone.
Yeah, I saw that.
Women drivers.
Yeah.
When they started manning submarines and putting women on submarines, it was immediately a problem, not just because of incompetence, but because shockingly, every fucking woman that they put on a submarine ended up getting pregnant. I can't believe that would happen.
It's because submarines are filled with semen.
That's what happens when you go down.
Your waitress.
I wish Vivek was here to hear these jokes. I would like to hear his response.
I am absolutely positive he's listening to the show in his downtime right now.
Yeah, exactly.
What show was I on? Oh my god.
Oh God.
What are your thoughts
Remind
on
me to
the
take
semen
Benny's
here,
number out
yes.
my phone, okay?
I want to know his thoughts on my Batman review.
I was wanting to ask him
too
about
many
Rings
nice
of
black
Power.
people in it.
There really are.
I want to do more of this though. I think we'd have a better country if the people in charge of our country
were in touch with other people.
Exactly. Yes, that's right. And felt the heat. There's this moment we talked about last time where it's like Elon Musk says, "Go fuck yourself," right? To Bob Iger. And it's like this barbaric yelp from the rest of us finally breaking into this WEF Davos political bubble and saying, like, we hate you and what you've destroyed so much of what we used to like in life. And politicians need to hear that as much as anyone, right? Because that's so much of like the tone of the country is like set by Hollywood and also by the political class. And bringing on more politics. I would love to bring Donald Trump on this program, right? Like that would be a dream of mine. That'd be so awesome. But I think it'd also be really good for the country, honestly. If you hang out with Donald Trump, I'll say this last thing. If you hang out with Donald Trump in private, which I've had the privilege to do a couple of times, what you'll find is that all he wants to do is talk about culture. All that guy wanted to do on his plane we did an interview with him on his plane. When we turned off the camera, all he wanted to do was put up music videos from like James Brown and like guys that had played at his casinos and talk to me about like his favorite like Motown moment. Like for some reason he was in that mood, right? He started playing his favorite hits and then he started like putting up the music videos. It was so awesome, right? And he just wanted to talk about culture, actually. So when the cameras were off and all the policy was done, all Trump wanted to do was talk about culture. And I think maybe a lot of these guys are like that. We just don't give them a vector to do that.
Well, he was a culture guy for decades. For decades,
Well, Hollywood
he was in culture.
loved-
He was a
yeah.
host. Yeah,
Hollywood
loved him.
But I mean, like it's like even Vivek, like recognizes that pop culture is culture, and for the right for so long. This is why we have you on, Benny. For so long, just ignored that. Said, even Trump made had a bad take on the whole video game thing. And you got to realize that those are your future voters. Video game players make a huge demographic, and the other side recognized that a long time ago while they were infiltrating every single institution in our country. We focus on pop culture here, but if it's happening in pop culture, I promise you it's happening in your town. It's happening everywhere else. That's why it's important, at the election scene, vote however you like, but make sure you vote like your local voting is the single most important thing, because that's how these fucking Marxists infiltrated everything, is on the local level, on the ground level. And they
school boards,
ground up.
School boards.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
100%.
they took over Hollywood a long time ago.
That's
fantastic. Oh yes.
When they're out there, when they're
if he wants to get traction, that's his,
that dude. Hell yeah,
that's how he does it.
Hey, can you like Benny, Vivek's gonna hit you up tomorrow. He's gonna be like, it didn't matter if it was the Nikki Haley comments. It didn't matter if it was Nikki Haley. It didn't matter if it was even the Trump stuff. When people were mad at me with Trump, I have never gotten so much hate as to when they put
Bro, what if he just tweets that out right now?
Oh, that's pretty funny. Oh my God.
Send it to me. Let's see if we can make it happen. Send it to me.
All right, I got it.
I would vote for him, and I don't even need somebody.
Send it.
I'll text you right now.
The future vice president, Miles Morales, is Miles Morales. An executive order. Executive order.
But seriously, like that statement encapsulates a lot of the issues of what's happening about diversity, about the infiltration of our things, and so like that's why Gary uses it so much. And so if Vivek wants to cut right to the core of what's happening in the culture, get him to retweet that, because that'll do it.
Oh, he would not. Yeah, you want to talk about hate, dude? That would be insane. It's great engagement, but of course, sorry to repeat, this is for the new people. Miles Morales is a fact. It is an absolute fact, and we tweet that out because you can't refute it in any way. Are you saying he's not Miles Morales? And it's more of the reaction of, why do you need him to replace Peter Parker? Why is that so important? Well, obviously you haven't read a single fucking amazing Spider-Man comic or spectacular Spider-Man comic or Webb Spider-Man comic, or and it just shows that it's the infiltrators on Twitter, and it's not fucking real life, and it's so fun to play with them. It's like playing with our food at this point.
Yes, and at its core, it's just fucking funny. It's just funny just to watch them screech and cry every time that this nonsensical tweet goes out. They lose their minds, and it's like, just laugh. Because that's what we're doing.
And it's funny, because when they lose their mind, it's a face-off moment. It's revealing what they're really after, what they're.
It's all projection.
Because saying Miles Morales is Miles Morales doesn't discredit him as a character. It's saying he has the ability to stand on his own as an actual valid character in his own right. You don't need to replace the legacy heroes that we have grown up with, that we love. But they get so triggered because that's their agenda. They want to replace those things with what they actually.
That's a good segue. Speaking of replacement theory. Fact. Garrett, pull up the CNBC article that stemmed. Okay, this is a rabbit hole, so I'm just going to try to build this for you real quickly. Star Wars Theory interviewed a psychologist or something, but a lot of this stems from Chris Gore's tweet that he retweeted today about, which stems from Chris Gore and I discussing the fact that Marvel and Star Wars are both boys brands. As a matter of fact, Disney admits this and says that's why they bought them, to bring more boys into their girls brand. Unfortunately, they made Marvel and Star Wars into girls brands. And now all of a sudden the female Star Wars fans are striking back. I love that they use the Empire reference, okay.
Well, the thing, Disney didn't want the boys to stay boys when they got them, though. That was the difference. We thought, boys brand, they're going to stay boys. No.
Well, I mean, quite frankly, it's their core audience right now. So,
yeah.
It's their core audience. So, female Star Wars fans strike back at claim that franchise is only for men. They're going to hit that Instagram and their cosplay and when their filtered selfies, and those mids who never watched any Star Wars are going to get us for sure. A comment made by a guest on a Star Wars Theory, just say his fucking name, YouTube channel, has given female fans an opportunity to remind the fandom that the films are for everyone. By the way, that guest, man or woman.
I hate that fucking saying. It's so fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
It's for everyone. What do you know what that means? That means it's ours now. That's what it's for everyone means. Because you've come into a franchise that was for everybody. You fucking crushed it to make it for a very specific people. And then you say, it's for everyone. No, it's not. It's for a niche audience that you wanted it to be for, not for everybody who it was. So shut the fuck up.
And I don't even think it was for everyone in the beginning. Look, this is my thing. It's not for everyone. It's only for people that find Star Wars interesting.
Yeah.
If you don't find original Star Wars interesting, fuck off. I don't want to make Star Wars for you because you don't like it.
I mean, this is gaslighting at its peak level.
Yes.
They've been running around with T-shirts saying the Force is female, right?
Right.
And they say, oh no, it's for everyone. No, your agenda to make this feminize this brand has been blatant from the beginning, right? And then you're going to say, no, it's still for everyone, even though we've catered it for a very specific target audience, mostly feminists, right? And then they say you're a bigot if you don't like it. Piss off. It's just the gaslighting is
first Star Wars in 1977. Can you correct me if I'm wrong? Return of the Jedi comes out in my birth year, 1986.
83.
Oh, 83?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Were there not female Star Wars fans?
Yes,
in the original trilogy?
Yeah. And that's why even that clip that was going viral, it's not that there's no women that care about Star Wars. There are. And I hate when I hear anybody that doesn't know something about Star Wars talk as if they know something about it. But it's not that there's no women. But the truth is, it's predominantly men, predominantly boys who are interested in Star Wars, predominantly males who are interested in Star Wars. Now, that 20, 30%, who knows what the actual number is of women that are part of the fan base. They do like Star Wars. But if you change Star Wars because you want to pander to a different group of people, guess what? The very same females that have been in the fan base since 1977, those same women, they're probably not going to like the changes you make either because they liked it the way it was.
Exactly.
So the Star Wars fans, the female Star Wars fans that have been out there for forever, it's not like there's none. That's hyperbolization if we're talking like that. But the ones that do like it, they like it the way it was. They also don't like when you pander to them. That's why the fucking shit you see with the MCU, same shit. When you take some as a predominantly male fan base and you say, hey, we're going to target it towards women. The women that you have that are part of that audience already are also not going to like what you're doing by changing what they enjoy.
Yeah. That's why it's so disingenuous when they say stuff like this, because when you say something's a boy's brand, that implies that it's predominantly for them, not that it's only for them. And so they know that, but they decide instead that they're just going to take this completely made up interpretation of what that actually means and run with it. And so we see obviously the result of it, which is just complete nonsense.
And what proves all this too is that when you have a movie like The Marvels come out and it's still predominantly men that go and see it and not women, it's pretty obvious it's a boys brand.
Does anybody have the percentages of male to female when it comes to Star Wars movies attendance? They do have those. I haven't looked it up.
Well, my guess would be somewhere on 70-30.
Yeah, 60-40, 70-30. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this goes across the board in so many things. Like my main channel deals with swords, right? It shouldn't be surprising to anyone that the audience is 96% male.
Not a surprise.
It's not like I've specifically catered it. It's just guess what? Guys and girls, they like different things. And the fact that Star Wars has been like more predominantly boys, it goes down to the very DNA of what this is. It's a property about conflict, war, good versus evil. And yes, it has laser swords in it and stuff. And so when they try and make this Frankenstein monster to try and cater it more towards women, guess what? A lot of women still aren't going to get into it because it still has that DNA, the swords, the battles, and everything. It's still there. But then you've ruined the heroism and the stuff that so many of the guys like. And then it's not Pride and Prejudice. Not a lot of women are going to be into it. And so they have this Frankenstein result of what the Disney Star Wars, properties are that no one likes. And so good work.
Shad, you've just described trans people.
I was going to say you basically summed up Ahsoka, but yeah, that works too.
There's a question that I think has been brought up in pieces of content that I've watched, obviously, from everyone's channel here, but something that I'd like to just throw out into the room is why they do Princess Leia so dirty. Like, why do they just not acknowledge that the leader of the rebellion, a titular character, somebody who saves the day, somebody who is a massive part of the original, really like a cornerstone, actually, of the original trilogy. Like they don't acknowledge her at all. Like they steamroll her entirely.
It's the
same thing they do with all of the other ones.
Yeah, they changed
Ellen Ripley. They don't care about her. Sarah Connor. They don't care about her. It's the same thing. If you have an actual great female character that fans love, regardless of gender, they disregard it because it doesn't fit their narrative.
It's the power structures that Hollywood respects. So what they had to do is make her a male. They removed the princess title. Made her a general because that's where they find the validity. So that actually makes them sexist, by the way. So that's part of the problem.
Can't rewrite history. Like every time you have a black person in a movie or a woman, you can't pretend. They have to pretend that it's the first time. So like Black Panther was the first time black people were ever in a movie, according to the media. Why acknowledge any other black movie that's ever happened with superhero genre or anything? Just like with the women, they want to pretend like Disney Star Wars is the first time women have really gotten representation within Star Wars. Acknowledging the past means that they can't pretend to break barriers into the future.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
Jennifer Lawrence.
You're going to say something, Ryan?
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence literally said that she was the first female action star ever in the Hunger Games. She said that. Go ahead, Ryan.
So funny.
Yeah, I was just going to say, all these people that argue this bullshit, they always try to have it both ways. They say, well, we need more women, and we need more women in roles like this. And then you point back to those roles, and people say, look, like you have these characters like, well, that's not enough. We need more. And then if you have other people in different parts of the conversation questioning the direction, they're like, well, look, we can look back and one of the most important characters in history was a woman, yet you're saying that women shouldn't be in this, blah, blah, blah. They try to argue it both ways all the time, but they do the same shit when it comes to Billy D. Williams. And every new person pretends like they're the first black person ever be cast in a fucking Star Wars movie. When back in the day, back in the 80s, people loved Lando. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So it's just a never-ending cycle with nonsensical people.
This Blorg, right, who has run and destroyed everything, they play the same games in politics. So on the Supreme Court, there's a very famous black guy, right, who broke all of the rules and who broke all the barriers and became, he's Clarence Thomas, right? He's a legend. But they act like he just doesn't exist in order to pave the way for Ketanji Brown Jackson, right? Yeah. Like he's irrelevant, even though he's actually literally in charge of the Supreme Court. And he's the most powerful member of the Supreme Court, without a doubt. They act as though he doesn't exist to pave the way for Ketanji Brown Jackson. They do the same shit in politics. It's so diminutive and insulting, actually.
And he went through a lot of shit to get there, too.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But also, I think it's because it's not about actual diversity. It's about their agenda, okay? Yep. There has been strong female characters in the media in the past, right? The issue that they actually have, on top of everything that we've mentioned, but another issue I feel that they really have with things like Princess Leia is that she's a female, she's a strong female, but she's also distinctly feminine. She is the damsel in distress that needed to be saved by Luke Skywalker. She allows herself to be wooed by Han Solo, an assertive man who is attracted to her and stuff. And those are really problematic things. No, women can't be saved. They have to save themselves. And if a man approaches her with the intent of, wanting to woo her, well, that's sexual assault and stuff. And so all these great characters of the past, because they uphold, in a lot of measure, traditional values, like the fact that in a lot of instances, women do need to be saved by men, and men should have this heroic narrative instilled in from a young age and growing up to be able to step up and fill that role. That's all problematic to them. And so because it's about a gender, they want to pretend all these great examples and heroes, female heroes and stuff, don't exist. No, they need to be replaced with their version of it. And then they try and gaslight and say, this is the only one. And when it's all about
all of this DEI is, I mean, we'll just say what it is. It's less white. It's fighting racism with racism. That's all it is. And more people are recognizing that, and even Hollywood is starting to recognize that. There's some we went over it last year. There was the new Oscar rules. I'm not sure if you heard about those, Benny. They're fucking ridiculous. I went over them in a video. Like certain productions have to have 30%.
You're not allowed to be white. You're not allowed to be straight.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have a penis.
There's mandates. You have to have 30% representation in marketing. And I'm going. It varies, but you have to have one of these things: 30% marketing, 30% representation in the crew or the actors or the director, and you can move them around. And by the way, there's conveniently a place where you have to pay for that can help you go through this process. So your movie will be eligible for the Academy Awards. There was a bunch of movies that weren't. We don't know why they didn't give it this year, that weren't specific. Now, post-strike, the WGA and SAG have both implemented very similar rules. And Film Threat's going over this a lot. But, oh, look. Oh, no. After the strike. Oh, no. LA production slow to rebound after WGA and the Film Actors Guild strike. I'm so sad.
Bummer. But yeah, the D-Files Part 2 came out. I watched Film Threat. You guys did a great job on this, and this is a really interesting dive into behind the scenes, the stuff you don't hear about, the stuff they don't report in Hollywood Reporter, from actual writers that are in the industry right now that are white, that are being discriminated against.
What brought this on was basically Alan Ng from Ng the Merciless from Film Threat, X-Ray Girl's dad. Started making the rounds because of his Wish review, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, Chad. It was one of his reviews. I'm pretty sure it's from Wish.
It was Wish. He basically said it was fucking dog shit and uninspired. And despite the story and everything, just the animation and the quality, it just was not up to what a Disney standard should be. And he got shit on by fucking losers.
But he's wrong. No, seriously though, he's absolutely wrong. That is exactly the quality that Disney produced today.
Yeah, 100%. But because of that, because it went so viral and a lot of people got very upset at him calling them out, a lot of people from inside Disney that are part of Disney Animation Studios started reaching out to Film Threat and being like, listen, I can't really go on record because of my job and everything, but things have changed so much here. This was not supposed to be what this movie was. It was supposed to be a celebration of 100 years of Disney. And instead, it got completely taken over by activists within the company that wanted to make it about pushing other things in the agenda. The people that they hired weren't qualified, but solely based on their race or their gender or who they like to fuck, whatever it may be. And it completely destroyed the company. And that's what we've seen at all aspects of entertainment, but specifically at Disney.
Yes, and they're reaching out to Alan and Chris privately because they don't feel safe reaching out to the corporate shill rags like Deadline and Hollywood Reporter because they're so compromised. So they're reaching out to Film Threat.
People from Blizzard Entertainment reach out to me, talk to me about how fucking appalling it is to work there, what an absolute fucking hellhole it is to work there, how they are just slogged to death while the upper management just haven't got a fucking clue what they're doing.
The Quarter Black Garrett sent me that email too. I know.
Yeah,
I know. I'm white and I get discriminated on this fucking show.
It's not because you're white.
No.
So are we reaching a point where there could be a class action lawsuit against Hollywood or Disney for their blatant discrimination that they have?
That takes balls, though.
Because
That
the
takes
19
balls for
the
people to
1964
stand up
Civil
and
War-
say something.
It's
The
beginning to happen
1964
specifically in corporate America because you see a lot of people challenging these DEI things that are going on. So you're going to see more lawsuits.
But comics, like laws were literally changed in California to accommodate this. So this would have normally, the stuff they're implementing would normally break laws, and they change them so they can introduce DEI. Let's not forget, sorry to get political. When my wife got shut down in San Francisco, you can pull that back up. By the way, we're gonna get right.
I'll bring it up when you're done.
When my wife got shut down in San Francisco, Mayor London Breed was talking about reopening with equity, with fucking equity, reopening all the businesses with and that's exactly what she did, and that's why there's no fucking businesses there right now. She tried to pull this DEI shit with reopening businesses that they illegally fucking shut down, by the way. And ruined a lot of lives because they wanted to of course they're reshaping the world the way they wanted to. They were jumping on that opportunity. Fuck all that shit.
So
building back better.
So Gary, you're talking about California laws and they are completely and totally fucked, but there's something called the Supremacy Clause, which means that federal law is supreme. The 1964 Civil Rights Act is directly in front of me right now. This act, in Title 10 of this act, says that this law prohibits the discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, national origin, disability, or age in hiring, firing, setting wages, testing, training, apprenticeship, and all of the terms and conditions of employment. This shit is unconstitutional, okay? This shit is patently illegal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So all it would take is somebody with a set of balls in their shorts to actually bring this case. And when they do bring it, they lose. So, for instance, the discrimination against whites and predominantly Asians, actually, in the Ivy Leagues, went down in flames in the Supreme Court, 6-3, this last summer in August. And Michelle Obama found time to escape her yacht with Tom Hanks in a Grecian island and tweet about the oppression of it all.
Hey, Benny, that's not fair. His yacht.
No
so there you go. So Mike sent a burner on it, and nonetheless, it's you know, like this is patently, listen, based on the laws of our nation that have been in place since 1964, like this kind of shit's illegal, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, hold on, Benny. You said down in flames. With that in mind, United Airlines CEO comes out.
Down in flames.
There's a zinger here, which I'd like to have your take on. Comes out and says we're trying to get more black, diverse people with Down syndrome into flying planes. So if a plane crashes with one of his diversity hires in, are United Airlines culpable for murder?
Exactly.
Because they have actually stressed that they are pushing aside the people who are more qualified in an effort to get a superficial fucking trait of gay, disabled, black, whatever it may be, color, whatever it may be. And that to me says fucking murder. Because you are putting people who aren't necessarily the best for the. Well, it's murder. Come on, at the end of the day, it's fucking murder. Who's retarded now? Yeah.
His father was a pilot for a major airline, and there's times where he's told me, it's like, if you fly by the book, people are going to die. In order to be a pilot, you have to be able to make split decisions. Because if you don't, you're basically going to fuck something up and people are going to die. So granted, with technology now, planes practically fly themselves, but there still needs to be a person.
It doesn't always fucking work. Yeah.
And you need experience to know what decision to make.
You need to have that experience and you need to be able to make those types of decisions, because if not, people are going to die.
Yep. And that's why women shouldn't be doing it.
Yep.
Right.
Well, did you guys see that thing that happened in Denton where the guy's coming in for a landing and he's basically getting in an argument with the air traffic controller, and she's female, and basically it's like, well, I Googled it. And the guy's like, I've been flying for 15 years. This is how it's done.
And the reality is, what like all jokes aside, what really ends up happening because of these quotas, it doesn't matter if it's who's getting into an Ivy League school or who's getting hired at a Fortune 500 company or who's the director of a movie or who's flying your airplane.
Yeah.
What it does is when they're very active about promoting these DEI things, when you see a female pilot, the question goes into your head.
Yeah.
I just heard they were wanting to hire these people, not because they're good, not because they're qualified, but because of their gender. Same thing goes with, it could be a black guy that gets an awesome job at corporate. Not only are people surrounding him thinking this, but they might be thinking to themselves,
yeah,
I just get hired because of the color of my skin. That is a massive fucking problem. So you're doing more harm than you are good anyway.
Yeah. Well, the other issue too is that when you broaden the pool, you're basically laxing your standards, and that's another issue too.
Yeah. All right, bring up those D-Files. So this isn't the WGA letters, which we went over on the Nooner. We could certainly read that letter again because that might blow Benny away.
Those are pretty good too.
But so this stems from people from Disney anonymously reaching out to Film Threat because they don't feel safe anywhere else, and they talk about what a shit show The Wish is. Now that Wish is, I think this is part 2. There's going to be multiple parts. Highly suggest you bookmark Film Threat, subscribe to their channel, and check this out because they're actually doing some real journalism here. I exposed in part 1 of the D-Files the removal of John Lasseter, which we've gone over on this channel. He was a hugger. They didn't like him hugging. He was also,
bring creepy hugs back so I can get Toy Story level storytelling instead of the bullshit you're giving me now.
I'd rather 1,000 women feel uncomfortable with the hug than get one more piece of shit Pixar movie.
Damn right.
Or Buzz Lightyear.
Right. So there was I think they showed it on Legal Mindset. I can't remember where I saw. There's a video of him arriving at work at Pixar. I've been to Pixar, by the way. It's a pretty amazing place. And he hugs everybody, men, women. Like, it's just a bro hug. It's like, good morning, good morning. That's all it is. That's what he got canceled for. By the way, John Lasseter, creative genius. Genius. There will be never anything like him. Firing this thing was one of the most retarded things they've ever done of many, but it's top tier. So, by the way, when I walked into Pixar the one time I was there, the guy said, "Yeah, this building was built by Toy Story, by one movie." And if you see the whole facility, it's freaking amazing. It's in Emeryville. It's right next to that shithole Oakland and an IKEA. Was never about removing a bad man, but more that his personal demons were used as an excuse weapon to remove him from creative power at Walt Disney Company. The next step, and that's happened to a lot of people, by the way. They were just people didn't like him, and they found a way to opportunize a moment to gain power. That's what Me Too was mostly about. The next step should have been replacing Lasseter with someone equally talented. You're not going to find that, by the way.
Good luck.
As him. Instead, the sinister forces within Disney saw his firing as a chance to initiate Disney's Great Reset. What a great way to put it, by the way.
Pretty on point.
If there were ever a time to radically change Disney from the inside, that time was now. With Lasseter out of the way, he was replaced at Disney Animation by Jennifer Lee and Peter Docter. At Pixar, Lee was a writer and co-director on the smash hit Frozen, and Docter had been a creative force at Pixar for years, directing Up, Inside Out, and Monsters, Inc. All great. At the outset, the choices appeared solid. Sure, a good director can certainly run a studio, just like a good producer can run Lucasfilm, right? Oh, sorry.
Right.
Still, in the case of Disney Animation, radical changes needed to be made in the racial and gender makeup of the leadership and creative process. This change began with Raya and the Last Dragon. What was that?
Which sucked, by the way.
Which sucked.
Movie.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I remember.
I tried to watch it, and
I don't even know what that is.
It's Raya and the Last Dragon. It says it right there.
Yeah, it's an adventure movie.
Yeah, nobody.
It was
saw
trash.
It, so,
it was trash.
yeah.
Nobody saw it.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
It was October.
$100 million budget, $130 million total box office.
Oh,
jeez, man.
Well, that came out during COVID, though. Yeah.
2021. So.
Yeah.
So it would have made 150 million.
Yeah.
It was October 2018, and Lasseter's last Disney film, Raya and the Last Dragon, was still in the early stages of development and storyboarding. His fingerprints were all over the project. The initial directors were Paul Briggs and Dean Wellens, and Adelaide Lim, coming off of her success with Crazy Rich Asians, a story about X-Ray Girl, where X-Ray Girl played every part. It was a really incredible performance by X-Ray Girl, by the way.
Great job, X-Ray Girl.
As the sole writer, unfortunately, this trio was seen as being Lasseter people. Briggs and Wellens needed to go as they didn't fit the correct demographic, or maybe they were just Lasseter loyalists. To tell Raya's story properly, rumor has it that Lee was gunning for Briggs and Wellens by foisting impossible could you scroll up a little bit or down, however which way you want to feel it is. Rumor has it that Lee was gunning for Briggs and Wellens by foisting impossible tasks on them to get them fired, or better yet, force them to quit. Being the veteran talent that they were, the traps didn't work. Briggs was demoted to co-director, and Wellens was given a D+ series to direct. So shifted out of the building.
Yeah, forced out of the way. Well, that is scummy what they just, described right then. It's like unmeetable task. Yeah, it's just
who on earth is in their right mind would give a human being, a decent human being, a Disney Plus job?
I know, right?
It's inhuman.
It's absolutely
just wrong.
It's disgusting. Disgusting.
Echo. Well, that's maybe what happened with Charmin Obaid-Chinoy to make her happy after having to come back to, I'm putting air quotes on this one, fix Miss Marvel. Maybe they needed to give her another project. Just saying. Disney did have a diversity problem within animation. Yeah, they were losing good animators, so that is a diversity problem. Prompting Jennifer Lee to recruit new talent from outside.
Well, sorry. Honestly, I'm not being funny now.
Yeah, you are.
What is it? No, I'm not. What is a diversity problem?
I can tell you that, but I don't know if it's you. Wait.
I got it.
A lot of companies have a diversity problem now.
I got the answer right here. Too many
people.
That's it. That's the diversity problem.
Too many POTs.
Yeah, too many people of talent. They need to bring in untalented people. Jennifer Lee, to recruit new talent from the outside, Lee brought in Carlos Lopez Estrada to direct. The Mexican-American, not Southeast Asian director, was coming off his DGA nomination for his first feature, Blind Spotting. Before that, Estrada was an experimental theater director who worked his way into directing music videos and commercials, like Director X.
Oh yeah,
that's like bringing in Director X to do your Pixar animation.
That's not enough experience.
Not enough experience.
You look goofy.
Every time.
Thank you for that, Director X.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh my God.
So you get the gist of the story there. What they did was they took the opportunity, and they're laying this case out very slowly and methodically to show you that that there was a lot of normal office politics that was done. This is how the Marxists got in. It wasn't some one dude with his little puppet strings. It's using a lot of incompetent people and a lot of incompetence. And a lot of people who are just basic NPCs that Jeremy talks about all the time. They just get their heads loaded with the latest information. Very easy to manipulate when you're doing the stuff that's basically confirmation bias for them. And that's what Hollywood has become, confirmation biased. That's all it is. That's why you see critics defending stuff they know is shit. Like you see idiots out there defending Echo. Echo is shit. It's just a poorly made TV show that's absolute garbage. That also happens to check like 5 or 6 boxes. If you count Daredevil, 6 boxes. But I'm not sure. I'm still not sure she's gay or not. I'm just assuming it.
Don't assume her gayness. Don't.
They literally put a kick in it, lame and gay.
Yeah, I think she's asexual personally.
Is that part of the LGBTQ plus
Yes, it is.
It's a plus.
Yeah.
It's part of the
Yes, it
plus.
is.
It's part of the plus.
Usually it just means that people have no interest in fucking you, so you call yourself asexual.
Yeah, or non-binary.
Yeah, exactly.
But that article, the article goes to show that it was so intentional and methodical through the whole process, where it's like, all right, I got rid of Lassiter, and hugs, right? How awful. But then, oh no, there's another male here, so we've got to give him work and that he can't meet, and they're actually trying to push out all the people that they.
Here's an interesting line. Sources tell us that with Rhea, the goal wasn't to bring diversity, equity, and inclusion into the existing community of Disney animators, but to replace it with radicalized group of female activists completely.
Oh,
wow.
Well,
so it's not about any of those things, like we've said. It's not about diversity. It's not about any of this bullshit. It's about the ideology, the religion that they believe. They want to replace. They want to replace everything with that.
Yeah, and we pointed out the proof is the fact that they want to ignore all the diverse characters we have in the past.
Exactly.
And you're trying to, oh no, it's the first one here. Yeah, it's a gender. It's about power. That's all it's been from the beginning.
you're not the right kind of female fan, or not the right kind.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, like in a Thai parlor when they're doing that. That's the female fan I love.
I could have Snoop.
I'm sorry. It could be any Asian happy ending massage parlor.
Maybe you should be the next. Maybe you should be the next coach of the Patriots.
I'm looking forward.
Don't see color in the massage therapist.
Yeah.
I hear Bob crashed into that.
Just win a game. For fuck's sake!
I'm looking forward to a lot of Oh God, I was gonna say.
Well,
how many games? 17 games now, right? So
yes.
3 and 14, 3 and 14
Okay.
instead of 2 and 14.
All right, guys.
3 and 14 seasons, lots of them.
Yeah.
I'll change the subject, guys. I just do.
No. I'm going to read. I'm going to read.
1986 is since I've been supporting the Patriots.
Okay, Az, I'll help you out. I'll change the subject. You said any Asian massage, thing. And I noticed you didn't say any female Asian massage.
Well, I don't want to discriminate.
Okay, equal opportunity.
All right, you know what, guys? Stop talking about X-Ray Girl. We need to keep the subject going. Okay.
The craziest part about like the quotas is one. I know it's like a super low hanging fruit as it pertains to like historical accuracy, but you just go back and look through certain regimes that instituted racial quotas. They're never the good guys. They're always the baddies. Yep. Hans, are we the baddies? Like you're never on the right side with racial quotas. But the other part about it is that the entire argument is self-defeating, because if you go into the data and you look at how minority groups are doing in America, whites are like kind of middle of the pack, actually. Mm-hmm. Like you look at Indians from India, people from certain South American countries, people from certain African countries that immigrate, are people obviously from Pan Asia. Like they do far better as a population than white people in America. Yep. Mm-hmm. By the numbers, by like the pure income numbers and the socioeconomic numbers. Like this is from our own government. So it's actually it's so dumb to do this. And you're right, it's all about power. Like it obviously has no grounding in reality, and has everything to do with power and degrading and eroding where they think the power of the population is, and it's absolutely ass backwards nonsensical.
Yeah, and the way they dismiss it is by saying they're white adjacent.
That's right. That's it. Yes, that's oh man. Oh my God. Remember running for governor against Gavin Newsom? Larry Elder was the black face of white supremacy. Remember that headline?
Yep.
From the LA
some
Times.
white girl put on a monkey mask and threw a pie at him.
How's the LA Times doing right now? Everybody's going to walk out on them. So by the way, everybody Sports Illustrated got fired too. That's what I heard. So yeah, it's all.
Yes, that happened today. Yeah.
The universe is unfolding
that's a
as
fucking shame.
I know. Oh,
it's so weird.
Maybe you should have stuck with what you were doing for decades.
Wrong button. Oh, wait, no, it isn't. Yeah, moving on. We have a letter WGA Anon, by the way. This is from Chris Gore forwarded this to me. I'm just going to read it. It's an anonymous person who is in the WGA speaking about their experience with everything that's going on right now. There's one particular quote that might, we talked about it on the Nooner, but I'm not sure if you guys heard it. But just one of the many emails we've received since the WGA story ran. I am a WGA member and wish to be anonymous. My email isn't real, so I don't want it to accidentally give the IP address and end up on some modern blacklist. I have a few stories to illustrate the hostility to non-diverse writers, and that's in quotes, that may be of interest. Writers hired on comic book shows are told it's a positive that they are unfamiliar with the original comic book and not a fan of the existing IP.
Yeah.
We can tell.
Absolutely true.
It shows.
Absolutely true. That is. They've
Yeah,
said
and
it
we
themselves.
didn't-
They have said it themselves with Halo. They've said it with other TV shows.
Yeah.
They've given away themselves. It's best that we don't, so we can like do our own thing. I.e., you haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing.
Yes. Yes.
Didn't play a game. Didn't go into any of the lore. Didn't go into any of the extended universe with Halo. No, this is our Master Chief, episode 1. Helmet off. Fucking absolutely retarded. Not a clue what they're doing.
Episode 2, armor off. Episode 3, he's fucking somebody.
Out. Yeah. Out.
Like, what's going on?
I mean,
Yeah.
we
What is
see it
going
again
on?
and again. These are people that hate these properties, hate these heroes. They think they're problematic. We saw it with Wheel of Time. We've seen it with Rings of Power. We saw it with The Witcher, Indiana Jones. It goes on and on and on. They actually, not only do they hate these characters, by the way, they predominantly hate the geek audience, the geek fans. They hate the fans. They think exactly.
Yes.
These are, snobby elitists that come from this bubble that, that are all activists that just want to push their agenda. They want to write their own stories. And so, they're actively happy to maliciously destroy the legacy of great heroes, great characters, great properties for their agenda. And that's what they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you are not somebody gonna say something? Sorry. No? Okay.
No, I was just saying, just agreeing.
All right.
Yeah.
So they are not supposed to be fans of the original comic book or a fan of the existing IP because they want to do a, quote, modern new take on the material relevant to today, which we have heard over and over again.
Yeah.
By the way, just want to point out that today is the 2-year anniversary of that Vanity Project teaser that turned into a literal vanity project when they made a sign for Jeff Bezos for the Rings of Power. Today, 2 years ago today, that teaser dropped.
Hey, do you know what today anniversary is today?
I do, but you tell me.
Frost announcing that she's leaving the gaming industry.
Wow. I miss her.
Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to. Great job, G4, on relaunching. That went really good. That went really good.
Massive platform now.
It did very good for us.
Hey, I want to point out Clifton Duncan's comment in the chat. I think he nails this. He says, diversity equals communists of color.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
They're cocks.
Well said.
Yeah, they always say
They're
we are
cocks.
don't they?
Yeah. All right. So number 2, that was number 1. Number 2 is writers are asked, why this story today? How is it relevant politically today to the existing narrative they're pushing on our culture? And B, why are you the person to tell it? Because I have talent and I wrote it is not a valid answer. What is a valid answer is because I'm a member of this aggravated group or class and only we can tell our own story. Number 3, this leads to a heads we win, tails you lose game where if you don't include diverse characters, you're dinged for having an all-white, non-diverse cast, regardless of the time or place of the story or historical accuracy. And if you have a diverse case, race/gender, then you are guilty of cultural appropriation. This means that unless you are, for example, African American, you are not allowed to tell a story about an African American. It says unless, for example, African American, if you are not allowed to tell a story about an African American unless you're an African American or
That's
disabled.
easy for you to say, Gary.
No, it isn't. No, listen. I'm reading type like this small. Okay, it's very hard for. And
you can make it bigger.
And the reason
and he
I look,
already can't see, and he already can't see.
I'm looking through like the bottom half of my
it's
progressives, which help me read this like little line like this. All right,
Again,
I'm an old man.
when you're in Orlando and you meet Gary, if he has his phone out, you get all his passwords because the font is like fucking massive on his phone. It's
hey,
absolutely.
If you get them, would you let me know? Because I always forget them. So. Number 4, there's a bias toward the 2 for or 3 for hire. Being gay, for example, isn't enough now. which I called.
That's the trifecta.
I'm telling you, being a straight black man, you're practically a white dude in Hollywood at this point.
Well, remember that article that was
the straight black men are the new white men
of black people.
Oh yeah, that's from The Root. That was a great article.
Yeah, straight black men are the white men of black people.
Which is
fucking what is this world?
Hey, which is true. Those are the best ones. I mean, come on. Like,
when did that article come out? Like 2017?
That's wild.
I think so,
so it says you have to be gay / African American / Latinx / undocumented / unhoused / differently able, and then on the DEI scorecard they have you a 2 times or a 3 times. So it's a 3 for or 2 for or a 3 for positive score for this hire. To give you an idea of how competitive things are, for Only Murders in the Building, there was word of a staff position that was available. This was the lowest rung writing position. They received 450 scripts as writing samples for this one job that was pretty much like the bottom of the scale. Manager told me these jobs would typically go to a BIPOC writer, but the show decided not to hire anyone or go with in any direction. Yeah, so
what a disaster.
There is a saying. Let's see if it's on this one or
Hollywood's retarded.
There's that.
Well, yeah, I brought it up today. Like the fact that it's 2024 and we're still talking about the disaster known as Disney Star Wars. This is just unbelievable. Like, who thought? Like in 2017 when it started falling apart, who thought that in 2024 we would still be talking about literally the same problems?
It's like a slow motion car wreck. You just see it coming. It just
so behind the scenes. So behind the scenes, here's the mantra in Hollywood. The mantra is male and pale is stale.
Wow.
Sounds
and
racism alive and well.
Nobody's impaling you, ladies.
Wow.
I got
male and pale, buy fucking tickets, you dumb fuck.
Oh, and dude, that is one email of many that Chris has gotten and is going to release next Wednesday. So look out.
Dropping their estates.
Dropping
Make it
bombs.
happen, Chris.
He's dropping the bombs. Hey, you guys excited for Madam Webb?
No,
I am.
Oh.
I'm really excited for it.
I often wonder what that title sounds like to someone who's never heard of the character, doesn't know anything. It's like, Madam Webb, is this some weird cabaret kind of? What are they?
Yeah, it's like some kind of sex show or something.
Yeah, you mean like me? Because I'm like, where do I subscribe to that OnlyFans?
Is this a grown-up Charlotte's Web? Is this a female Spider-Man? What is it?
Yeah, based on that promo video they released where Dakota Johnson was basically doing fucking JOI voice. Like that is effectively that's like they're trying to use that to get people there.
Ryan, I'm gonna pretend I don't know what that means.
Good for you for pretending.
I don't know whose stream I was on, but I was on a stream. And they said they went to the cinema to watch something, and the Madam Web trailer came on before then, and somebody just yelled. I think it's a female as well. Yelled at the screen, "Get your tits out!"
They were probably talking to Sydney Sweeney.
No, it was the 50 Shades of Grey woman.
Dakota Johnson.
Hey, it's gonna drop in theaters on Valentine's Day, and as Yellow Flash pointed out, if you want to guarantee a breakup, if you want to drop your girlfriend, or if you want to be divorced, just take him to that on Valentine's Day, and more importantly, it's going to be the first film ever released in iMaxi-Pad. Thank you.
One of the funniest things. One of the funniest things that came out about that just within the past 24 hours or so is the fact that in the Sony Spider-Man universe, which still doesn't have a Spider-Man, they were planning on making Andrew Garfield that universe's Spider-Man, but that changed like in the middle of their production, everything, and ended up being they're going to do Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Unfortunately, nobody fucking realized that would have big ramifications in terms of the time frame when this was set. It was originally supposed to be in like the 90s or something. Obviously, that works with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Doesn't work necessarily with Tom Holland's because of the age difference. So they had to do a fuck ton of reshoots just to remove references to certain times, whether it was like clothing or like technology or things like that, just because the writers fucked it up so badly, not understanding the difference between Andrew Garfield's timeline and Tom Holland's. By the way, some of the writers for this movie, the same people that did Morbius. So still somehow got another job.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Well, Christina Hodgson keeps falling upwards, so
that's true.
Yes, she's part of the DCU. Yeah, like Marvel had nothing to do with this. They want nothing to do with this, which is bad enough because I'm not sure if that makes it better or worse, to be honest with you. If Marvel wants to disassociate itself with this, that's really fucking bad.
That must be awful.
And I'm not kidding. This movie's actually going to be an IMAX. And my Marvel person told me immediately when this was announced, by the way, dude, we had nothing to do with this, okay, bro? And
it wasn't us.
It wasn't us. But they are, for one, Madam Webb is like cripple and blind and old.
Yeah. This is the opposite of Echo, right? They like took Echo and made her as disabled as fucking possible. This character who actually is disabled, they made her as abled as possible.
Surprisingly, I guess I'm okay with this decision as far as at least they have hot women in it. Now, the next step would be find a good story. I don't know, maybe, but no. But what he told me, let
the women be hot in it. Let the women be let Sydney Sweeney, who pretty much anytime she posts something on Instagram, it fucking goes viral and a bunch of random people write articles simply about it because people think she's fucking hot and she's got massive tits. Let her be hot in these fucking trailers, in these promos. She's got an R-rated rom-com with Glenn Powell out there right now that's kicking everybody's ass at the movie theaters because people wanted to go see her because she's fucking hot, but they don't let her be hot in these promos.
Let her be hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna start a new movement.
Zip that all the way to the top of the neck.
So, but they are actually releasing this in IMAX. Like they are going to release this in IMAX.
That is rather ambitious.
Well, it's also rather sad for Hollywood because if you think about like
nothing else is out.
There is nothing else out. It is nothing until Dune. Until Dune comes out, and I guess Ghostbusters was right after that. But they have 2 months of nothing. Like they re-released those Pixar movies. How'd that go, Ryan? Didn't go so well.
Bro, they re-released Soul, and they made $500,000 over Martin Luther King Day or Martin Luther King Jr. 4-day weekend. $500 million, not $500,000. 500,000. No, it is $500,000.
$500,000.
$500,000.
X-ray girl.
$500,000. That's it with a Pixar re-release that had never been released in theaters before here in America.
Wow.
That brand is dead. And their whole excuse was, well, we've been impacted by COVID, blah, blah, blah. That's how they got away with shit for so long. They can't do that anymore. Just another tarnish to the Pixar brand.
Yeah, I mean, it's every single element of Disney's movie brand has just nobody has faith in it. Whether it's Marvel, Star Wars, Pixar. These are three of the strongest brands that you could imagine just 5 years ago. Pixar was a home run every time, sometimes a grand slam every time they released a movie in theaters. Every single time. Yeah. There wasn't even a question about it. You see Pixar, your family is getting together and you're going to the movies. And now they can't even manipulate people to go to see Pixar movies anymore. It's really unbelievable.
It's a huge difference. I mean, they obviously did not value what they had because what they had was incredible. You're right. Like a next Pixar movie, family was going to go see it. And so what they have lost can't really be like put into proper value. They have fallen so far.
And it will be interesting moving forward with whatever Nintendo is going to do with their universe, because it feels like Nintendo might have already taken that market from them moving forward. Like with Mario and whatever else they're going to do moving forward. We don't know what's going to happen with the Zelda thing, but they may have already taken that. And then on the other side, DreamWorks, or is it DreamWorks? You know, with the Minions and all of that. Like
That's
it's Illumination, same thing.
Illumination, yes.
People that did that.
Right. So there you go. So you've got that element of it too. And I know Illumination's tied into it, but obviously Nintendo's its own brand.
That's my favorite game.
So Nintendo, I love Nintendo. But yeah, so they are. I don't think this is going to be an easy mountain for them to climb back up now that they've lost, because they have lost, I would say, well over, I don't know how if you put a percentage on it, 80% of the faith. I mean, it just seems like
4 years now, right?
Yes.
This is 2024 was, I believe, the 4th year straight that Universal beat Disney when it came to animated shit at the box office. This is going to be the 5th year in a row because they had, like, Disney has nothing coming out and Universal has Despicable Me 4 or whatever. That's going to probably make close to $1 billion. Might end up being the highest grossing movie of the year, if we're being honest, when you look at the slate of things. So this will be 5 straight years that Disney does not lead the animation at the box office, which would be unheard of for the past 2 decades.
Yeah, because I'd say almost 35 years. Because in the 80s they were close to bankruptcy. They almost completely shut down the animation wing, and then the Renaissance came and saved it. But this is a long time since the glory days.
And again, remind me, when did Coco come out? Because I didn't watch Coco until well after it released. When?
2016, right?
15 or 16, yeah.
Maybe. But like that is a phenomenal movie.
17.
Coco was a phenomenal movie, but I don't think people even think of it really. It's like a great Pixar movie. They should, but it's because Pixar's been so damaged for so long now that like that one goes under the radar. So even if they come out with a great movie, if they come out with one movie that just pops off or whatever, the brand itself is still tarnished. And it's going to take forever.
It's been so consistent at every level. They've been struggling at the box office, whether it's be MCU, whether it is their Pixar division, their animated division, everything is so bad. And they have a long way to go before getting that reputation back.
Yeah, it's the same thing with all of them. They all need to make like 5 bangers in a row consecutively for people to go, oh, okay, maybe they're back.
Or maybe just one that doesn't tell your kids to cut their dick off. Like,
maybe that.
Make a family movie. Make a movie for your fucking audience. Make a movie for the people that have been going there for the last fucking 80 fucking years. 100 years.
Yeah.
And now you're like, oh no, we're going to cater for the 0.2% because we've got a bunch of brain dead fucking mentally ill spastics in our company now who want to make videos cramming in fucking ideologies that no one gives a fuck about apart from you and your fucking mates. Everyone's fucking sick of this shit. Everyone in the real world's sick of this fucking shit. Every time you go out in the real world and they come across somebody with a brain, not even a brain, just some normal person, they voice their opinions to them. Oh, look at these racist fucking people. No, that's the world. That's the fucking world out there. People want to separate politics from entertainment, from everything else, from sports, from everything. We have our little segments. When we want a little politics, we'll go to the politicians. When we want some entertainment, we'll get some escapism. When we want some sports, we don't want no fucking pride and fucking trans flags and crap like that flying everywhere. I don't want no black fucking coach to come out and go, I'm the first black coach of the Patriots, and if I don't see color, the fucking American football is the most black fucking sport there is, probably.
Basketball.
Except for basketball. Yeah.
Probably basketball. So shut the fuck up. People are sick of this nonsense. You are the only people who think you're interested in it. That's it. No one else is. We want to see touchdowns. We want to see family films. We want to see adult films. We want to see entertainment. We want to see fucking fun. We want to see sports and competitiveness and all that, and a little bit of rivalry. Put our tribalism in there, not in fucking politics and divisiveness. Idiots, these fucking people, and they want you to be angry, and they want you to be divided, and they want you to be at each other. So you're fucking arguing with each other and taking your eyes off those fucking idiots, because they're the ones who are fucking taking everything. Everything. Yep. Disney wants to fix itself. I'll tell you how to do it. Bob Iger, fuck off. Everyone else, fuck off. Your company's fucked, and you fucked it. No one else did. You.
Well, if things were normal, losing money would be enough of reason to turn around the shit, but it's not.
Hell ass. Dan Bass is clipping that out right now.
Might take a little heat. Just a little bit.
I mean, Benny, as someone who, again, you're engaged with this stuff, but you're not following every single fucking Disney story like we are. But you've got 2 young girls and a new baby boy. A decade ago, you probably would have had no problem turning on the Disney Channel or turning up, like putting in a Disney movie or whatever to let them watch that. What are your feelings about that now? Now that you have that family?
The only things that they're allowed to watch now is I lock my YouTube down and they can watch all of your channels. That's it. That's the only programming my kids are allowed to watch. So
be careful about mine.
That might be.
Yeah.
I'll shift it more to Shad, to be honest with you, than anyone else.
So you're right. Like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we had, when I was born in the 80s, we had a better country empirically. And here's why. Because there was a pressure release valve. To the point that was just made, sports used to be sports. Hollywood used to be Hollywood. The box office was the box office. And politics was politics. And it was really nice, actually, for someone like me, who does news and politics all day, to be able to go over to the movies and sit down in a freezing cold theater with a warm bucket of popcorn and, like, chill. And to not worry about my work following me there and getting, like, battered about the head about the exact same things that I talk about on my YouTube channel all day, right? But now it's impossible to escape. So it's just this giant communist prison from these people. And it's utterly insufferable. It's this unified Borg that, as we've talked about, attempts to take over everything. It's Marxism at its core. And people are rejecting it, thank God. But the alternative must be created, right? And I think we're in a very exciting moment where we're watching, like, the infancy of us creating something that is outside of that economy, in a parallel economy, where we're obviously going to have to create the next Lucasfilm. And we're going to have to create the next Fox News, right? In my lane, for instance. And we're going to have to create a better style of presidential campaign in my lane. Or maybe, like, it's best to just have sports teams. There have been sports teams now that are saying F off, right? With the Pride jerseys and the Pride Night and whatever. Like, that was a big scandal I heard recently, right? Where they're, like, canceling now Pride Nights because people are just sick of this shit, right? And they want hockey to be hockey. They want sports to be sports. They want entertainment to be entertainment.
Benny, you had an article about a junior American sports team who were raucously singing the American anthem.
Yeah.
And that was news.
That was news
to these people.
That's right.
And it was insane.
That used to be normal, and we used to be able to go to the theaters and get Top Gun and The Predator, right, in the same year. And nobody cared about the makeup of the melanin inside of the skin of the cast members or the staff, which is so effing ass backwards, right? It's like these people are actually the real racists. They are actually the same, like, racial quota people. And so it's it's not progressive, it's regressive.
Yes.
Which is what's so what's so frustrating about this moment. But I think that people see it, and they certainly see it in the product. There's no way to cover up a terrible product. And there's no way to cover up the fact that nobody wants to cheer on LeBron James. Nobody wants to cheer for that guy. And nobody wants to cheer for Kathleen Kennedy. And nobody likes Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And so this worldview has failed. And I think they don't know what to do next because they've always stood on the shoulders of giants. They've always stood on, like, the creations of better people. They don't know how to create themselves. And so they're just going to they're going to collapse. And I say bring on the collapse.
It's the vice of pride. They can't admit that they're wrong. They can't admit that they have failed in any way. And so they're going to continue to push it nonstop.
And they never thought they would lose. They never thought they would lose. Like, it is a complete surprise. They have been in control for so long. This is like it blindsided them a bit. And now they're just flailing, and we hear the pejoratives all the time. We have been for years. And it's great that people are, waking up to this. But you're right. It's sheer fucking hubris. It's a great clip. I guess that's the only thing that the early seasons of Star Trek Picard gave us was that clip. And it's good to see. But what Benny was saying, we are at the infancy of creating an alternative entertainment, alternative comics. Some of it will stay in independence, which is good. Independent is independent. It's not like becoming another thing. It's not becoming Marvel or DC. It's just being independent. But this is going to take a lot of time. A lot of time. Again, what Benny said, we are in its infancy. This is going to take a decade longer. So we got to keep at it.
Well, the first
Hail Eric
wave,
July, by the way.
The hell,
Yes.
young Ripper. The first kind of the what people don't understand is like what we're doing, what so many people are doing, like on the YouTube sphere. And I've talked about this many times. Is the changing of the guard in terms of like what I used to watch. I used to watch the Collider bullshit back in the day and all of that. And the shills would go out there and just, kiss up to Hollywood so they could get the access. They're all pretty much irrelevant and dead on the YouTube platform. Like they just don't really have they don't have anything left. And you have people like Gary and Critical Drinker who are pretty much dominating the nerd sphere and the geek sphere in terms of covering movies, pop culture, entertainment like that. They fucking hate that, by the way. The powers that be in Hollywood can't stand that Gary and Drinker are dominating. You've got Young Rippa crushing it in the comics world. And there's so many cool things going on right now. This is the first line of all of it. It's going to take time, but something is building to kind of create the different layer of entertainment into the future, because people like us, our voices, your voices in the chat. And again, we're nothing without the 18,000 people watching us right now. All of you are what's making the difference right now. So it's early on, takes time, but look, Friday Night Tights, where were we getting, Gary, when we first started this show? 1,000 people, and we were happy. We're like, 1,000 people watching, let's go. And we were like, I remember when we hit 2,000, we hit 3,000. We was like, holy shit, there's 3,000 people watching this show. And every week we are floored. We had Vivek on today, thanks to Benny, which is incredible, insane. And it is crazy to see. But just watching the growth of this whole YouTube sphere that we're in and all the people that we've gotten to meet, cool to have people like Benny Johnson come over from his world, and the collaborations and the connections. It's really building something special. So it's going to take time, but it's going places. For sure.
What did Sound of Freedom do? Like Sound of Freedom beat a massive slate of movies.
250 million worldwide, I believe.
It was top 10 at the domestic box office this year. Top 10. And this is and this year you had 20 movies that had a budget of over $200 million. And that's a movie that beat nearly all of those. You know what I mean?
And it pops and most of those lost money.
And when I went to go watch Reacher, or if I watch Top Gear or something, or Grand Tour,
it's
on
being
Prime,
promoted by Prime right now.
It's fucking on there every time, and I love to see it. So good for them. I mean, aside from the fact that Prime's going to be releasing some weird satanic cartoon, there's that.
It is kind of weird because Prime, there's some weird fucked up cartoon that I saw making the rounds today, but they also just recently made an agreement with some very faith-based.
Yes, they did.
Faith-based company. I forget. I forget which one they did.
But Angel Studios.
They did that with Angel Studios, but this is a different one.
Different one. Okay.
And of course, Alan Rickson had came out, did a video about his religion, which was how I get people saying, how can you be a Christian and do Reacher? Reacher's the biggest thing on Amazon Prime. The biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yep. One of the biggest things, period, out there right now.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Is the media, they want you to think that it's not popular to be these things. You can never succeed in this world if you're a Christian, or if you are conservative, or if you just don't align with the crazy leftists out there. That is untrue. I think the mass majority are people that are sane, people that don't believe these crazy ideologies, that don't have a problem if you believe in a certain way or whatever. You can succeed. You just have to, like always, put in that work. You have to have the work ethic to make yourself succeed. We see it with Shad, with Ripa, with all these guys. They put in that work to succeed. That's all it takes.
Right. So before we get to Nelson Peltz, we got some video of him that's pretty funny. But real quick, Jeremy has to go, but he has to talk about something before he goes. You stay way longer than you're supposed to.
Yes, fine. I love this show. So I do have some stuff I have to tend to in the IRL life, and not Timcast IRL or CobraCast IRL, actually real life. But yes, MegaCon, everybody. MegaCon is happening. It's happening on February 3rd is when our panel is. So hopefully you're going to be able to make it there. We are going to have so the Ripaverse panel and the Geeks and Gamers panel, which is basically a Friday Night Tights panel. Gary's going to be there on the panel. Drinker, me, Ryan, Ripa. It's going to be awesome. We're also going to be, I know me and Ryan were talking to Carolyn. We're trying to work out some times where we're going to be available at the Ripaverse booth, along with everybody else that's going to be there to do meet and greets over there. So stay tuned for all of that. We're going to get all of the details, but on Saturday, 1:15 Eastern, is that what it is?
Yes, 1:15
Eastern
to 2.
To 2. That's going to be our panel. We'll have merch and everything like that. I'm still trying to work out a meetup spot. I don't want to say where the meetup spot is yet, but if you look at what the theme of that poster is, you might can figure out the location in which I'm working to make it happen.
Orlando.
Orlando.
I guessed it. Yeah.
I thought it was going to be in Miami.
South America.
Yeah, I'm working on getting that all worked out, but I don't have anything to announce yet. But hopefully we can get the specifics worked out here in the next few days. Maybe by Geeks and Gamers Daily on Monday, we'll have that worked out. But yes, it's going to be cool. There's going to be so many people there. There's Ripa released a video earlier talking about all the people that are going to be there. They're going to be at the Ripaverse booth, and obviously we'll have the Ripaverse panel and the FNT panel, and then the meetup Saturday night, a destination to be announced. But super exciting. Cannot wait. Just bring that energy and that passion and all that Ryan Kennel positivity when you're there, because it's going to be great. So
that's right.
And thank you, Benny. You're the man.
I'll be there
Appreciate you,
too,
man. So
I'm
yes,
coming.
Benny.
Yes.
Benny.
There it is, baby.
Too far away.
Let's go.
Let's go.
We'll head on over. Do some IRL. Do some IRL hanging out.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So,
Hell yeah.
It's going to be great. And obviously there's more surprises that we will be talking about. We're going to try to make this event the best event possible for all of you guys. So thank you so much.
Alec
Benny,
Baldwin
thank you,
will be joining us.
Wear your vests.
I need to see Alec Baldwin like I need a hole in the head.
Or the
That can be arranged.
I spoke to him earlier. He said he doesn't quite know what to say. He's just going to shoot from the hip.
Well, I know you know him from the chat. I know Alec Baldwin's finger is going to be there. You guys know Alec Baldwin's finger, so he will be there. But all right, I'll see you guys later on CobraCast. Appreciate you all. Hail Friday night
Bye,
tights.
Jeremy.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.
What the hell?
What in the
Gary, where is that coming
What
out
is that?
from?
The way you're holding that makes
Yeah,
it
the
look
way
like
you're
something
holding that-
completely different.
Yeah.
So
It's a Reed Richards arm.
Oh.
I remember those.
How
Yeah,
many
yeah.
people do you think have jacked off with that thing?
Just one, just Gary.
You can
Gary.
jack off. You can flick the bean. You can do all kinds of stuff with this.
Ooh.
Grab a girl's ass. There,
How
what's up?
fun.
Does that would
You could
that
grab
arm
him
count
by-
as a diversity hire if you had it on a?
It
Yes,
would. It would.
would.
I just
It
saw you
would.
the white supremacy symbol. Okay, so
Yeah, you did.
I
You
won-
could do
I
the
wonder
white
if you
supremacy
could-
symbol.
Could you grab someone with the pussy, or grab someone by their
Wow.
pussy with that thing?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, you can.
They
Ryan,
let you.
for
They
those-
let you.
There might
Respect.
be somebody in the chat who remembers my comic shop days. This is actually what I used to pick comics off the wall that I couldn't reach. So I got my.
You're such a
You're talking
nerd.
about
Yeah.
comics right here, right?
Did you make
just
that?
keep them on the wall.
No, it's from the Fantastic Four movie. It's like
Yeah.
an extension Reed Richards arm.
I thought that was
Yeah.
actually like a DEI hiring hand.
I thought it was Quarter Black's. I thought it was Quarter Black's probing hand.
Shit, that's
You
gonna
used that
go.
to pick resumes.
Legion
Silver,
of
that's
Memers are
silver.
gonna get me on that one. Oh well. So we got some quick video of Nelson Peltz. This is, I know, like usually other channels do this great. Legal Mindset, you know, a lot of other channels that cover the business side of this. Bores me to fucking tears. I am not a financial analyst. I would just say if you invest in Disney, you're fucking retarded. But and you should just burn your money. But that again, I'm not a financial analyst. And we have Nelson Peltz asked for a couple of seats on the board, including one former CFO of Disney who worked under Iger, who knows Disney but got passed over and was pissed off and left.
Jay
And-
Rasulo.
Yes. And Peltz controls all of Ike Perlmutter's stock and his own. So he is now, outside of BlackRock and Vanguard, the biggest sole stock owner. By the way, which vastly eclipses anybody on the fucking board. The people on the board, that was the most insightful thing he put out there that I did not know, that Bob Iger and the board don't own a lot of stock.
And that's been kind of what's going on. So to put it in perspective, over the past several months, Nelson Peltz has been actively asking for Trian, which is basically a funds management group. They're the ones have a bunch of stock, including from Nelson Peltz, has added to that recently. So they've said, hey, we've got a lot of shares of this. We'd like to be represented on the board because we feel like we're invested in this and we feel like we have really good suggestions to turn around this fucking failing company. And they said, we want Nelson Peltz, who's the head of the fund management place, basically, and Jay Rasulo, former Disney either CFO or something, but way high up, an exec at Disney.
Yeah.
There you go. Who knows Disney and who has an axe to grind with Bob Iger because he was passed over. They thought he was going to be an apprentice to Iger for a while, shit like this. And they said, we want seats on the board. Disney came out and said, no, you can't have seats on the board. Here's the 10 people that we're going to be nominating at our annual shareholders meeting that we think are deserving of board seats. So Nelson Peltz said, that's fine. Fuck you. We have enough shares that we can nominate people ourselves. So I'm nominating myself and Jay Rasulo, and we'll let the shareholders decide. That's kind of where we at in this thing. And I think in this interview, he shits all over Disney and Bob Iger.
Yeah, sorry, Garrett. I was messing with the mouse. So you can turn my camera back on.
But you are right. He did say, effectively, we are really invested in the future of this company. But when you look at the board, including Bob Iger, they've only got about $15 million worth of Disney shares between all of them, which obviously that's a lot of money. But for all the people on the board and their net worths and all that, it's really not that much money overall. And essentially, they're trying to push the narrative. The entire board, they're just yes men to Bob Iger. They don't really care about the future of the company. They just want to do whatever Bob Iger wants to do. That would be a little bit different if you put people like this on the board.
Who was solely there to
amazing in this photo. Why would they choose this photo?
Oh,
that's not a
the
photo.
beginning
It's
of the video.
It's live. Frame of a video.
Oh, no.
So they're it's Bob Iger's trying to preserve his legacy. That's all he gives a shit about, and nobody there has an actual stake in the company. Like they just don't give a like they're there to push their fucking bullshit and suck the weatherman's dick, basically. So this, and he mentions it, so we could just play the video. He talks about Ike Perlmutter's perspective because he doesn't want to go back and get his job back. He just wants to make money off of his damn stock. So
good.
It's David.
Good.
I mean, listen,
That's
I feel
good.
like it's deja vu because we had this conversation with you a little over a year ago when you were trying to get on the board, and then you decided not to. And they're saying the same thing they said then too, which is they question the relevant experience that you have in terms of the entertainment media business and why you would add anything. They of course say that they have an incredibly well-stocked board of people who are fully capable of holding the management team accountable. And again, what's the plan? Like, other than saying they got to do better, what's the plan?
David, you asked it just like I wanted you to. I mean, as written. First of all, this board, from Bob to every independent director, has underperformed the S&P on every measure. 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years. How much more do we have to go? How long do we have to continue to suffer with this great board? By the way, they said I have no media experience. I don't claim to have any. But I would tell you, I don't think they have much media experience. They broke a record this year. You know that the last 5
Look at that.
in a row were losers. Now, if that comes with media experience, I want a guy who doesn't have a media experience. Let's deal with facts. The company has underperformed. I made a run at them last year. They promised they were going to improve things. I took them at their word. Things got worse. The stock went down. Results got worse. Okay, so no more. I can't continue to give them more opportunities.
Eddie's mad.
To be fair, don't you need to be fair to compare it to the overall entertainment group? I mean, this is a unique period in time in which, as you well know, there are
it definitely is that.
and
Yes,
changes
it is.
that are generational in terms of trying to deal with the move to direct to consumer and make it profitable. So, comparing it to the S&P may be a bit unfair, don't you think?
Oh, really? I mean, that's what shareholders who buy stock compare it to, David. But that's a good point. I mean, look at Netflix. Netflix last reporting period did 30 billion in sales, 20% margin. Okay.
That's
Then you
pretty
have
good.
Warner's.
Not great, but good.
They did 30 billion in sales in media with a 20% margin. Disney, the big daddy, did 50 billion in sales, a 6% margin.
Oof.
Now, that's the competition. Those are the guys who are all suffering through a change from features to streaming. Some have been able to cope with it beautifully. Plus, this company, Bob said it in 2015 and 16, that streaming was a real issue. It was coming. It was here to. It was going to continue to grow. He said that back then, and then what happened? They did nothing. And look what happened to ESPN. The crown jewel of Disney continued to lose subscribers, lose value, and now they're negotiating deals for ESPN out of total weakness.
Oof.
They could have made deals on ESPN in 15, 16, 17, 18. When they saw this streaming thing coming, they said it directly and did nothing about
they
it.
did miss that, but we do get a kind of a flavor of what Disney person you'd like to have on the board beside you, Mr. Rizzullo. It does sound like he was the stalking horse for the largest shareholder, Mr. Perlmutter. I don't find that wrong, but they do make it sound like that's something wrong there, and that Bob Iger broke Mr. Perlmutter's heart when Mr. Rizzullo was basically fired, passed over, I should say. Is Mr. Rizzullo, is he better than, say, does he know more than, say, James Gorman about the entertainment business?
At Disney? Yeah. For sure. I know James. I don't know how many times James has been to the park. I don't know what experience James has with Disney. And oh, by the way, James, who I like very much, was given a board seat. He didn't have to have a plan for the company. He did not.
Do you have a white paper that I can see? Do you have a white paper that I can see?
I love this.
Hold it. He didn't have to set a goal for the company. He got invited on the board. Okay?
Yeah, did.
And I've got to go through these bells and whistles. Hey, guys, I'm the largest shareholder in this company. The largest independent. Listen to me.
I want to go back to that for a second, Nelson.
This is where they start like
but are you
semantics.
Perlmutter is. I still don't really understand.
Really?
Let me ask the question. Because I am curious about this from a.
I feel like questioning Nelson Peltz about this is very anti-semantic.
Trian owns, my understanding is 7+ million. What's your relationship with Perlmutter? Is he paying you? Are you getting fees somehow? Like, you're doing an awful lot here that really wouldn't seem to actually add the economic value for Trian holders, given
look
your
at the look on his face. He's like,
ownership
this is an idiot.
Disney when you take out Perlmutter stock.
David, I am thrilled you asked that question. Okay? Thrilled. Okay?
Thrilled.
Because every fund around has investors, whether it's a pension fund, doesn't make a difference, whether it's a sovereign fund, and whether it's a bunch of individuals. What the hell's the difference?
Thank you. Thank you.
Money. These guys want to make money. That's why they give money to funds. We just saved one step. Ike Perlmutter gave us some shares. He said, hey, guys, you figure it out. I don't want to come back to the company. I don't want to be an officer. I don't want my job back. Okay, I just want to make money on my stock because, oh, by the way, when I'm gone, it's all going to hurt.
Right, but that's
not. You could stop it right there because they just argue over semantics. But basically, he's saying it's no different than Ike Perlmutter giving me a bunch of money to do something, and that money equals the stock is the same thing. So he is the largest controlling owner. They are making him go through bells and whistles that they didn't make anybody else go through because they're trying to obtain power because they know this guy is going to rock the boat. Is it going to be enough?
Wow.
I don't think so. I hope so, but I don't think so because you need to, as said, you need to fucking clean house. You need to Twitter Disney. That's the only way it survives.
I think here's the reality. I think that for the first couple of months of 2023, Bob Iger was focused on fending off this from Nelson Peltz. That's also what he's focused on now. The reality is Bob Iger is not focused on fixing the company at all. He's fixing on shoring up all these other executives and big shareholders and things like this to make sure that Nelson Peltz doesn't get on the board. And I think he's going to be successful. But while all this is happening, Disney's still floundering. You know what I mean? Like that's still what's happening. He's focused on keeping his power and not fixing the company. And I think that's what's going to happen. I think they'll win. Nelson Peltz and Ike Perlmutter may put out some statement after they don't get on the board with, hey, these are all the things that are fucking up. That's the white paper he was talking about. Basically all the things, the ways that the company's fucking up and what you need to do to fix it. And that's probably what they will put out, after, if they do get rejected by Disney.
It really does remind me of Elon with Twitter and them going to the board and the board saying, no, you can't buy Twitter. And it turns out none of the board members were shareholders.
Yep.
Yeah.
All the board members, none of the board members owned any Twitter stock. Which is crazy.
No skin in the game.
Like, interest in the success of the company. Yeah.
Believe in their own company. That's exactly right. They're there to collect a paycheck and just tank the thing.
Yeah.
And so this is sort of what you would need at Disney, right? You'd need an Elon Musk.
And so if Nelson Peltz, even like I said, if he gets on the board and gets 2 seats, it's not enough. I don't think it's enough. Bob Iger's gonna win, and then we'll get Frozen 7 and 8, and we'll get like 50 fucking sequels, and they will just be at rock bottom within 2 or 3 years. Just absolutely, they're on their way there now, right now. Like this year. They've got, we saw some art. Perry shared it. I don't know. It said it's official. It looked pretty good of Deadpool 3. That's about it. That's about all they got. And Ryan and I, and all of us here have discussed it a lot. We're looking at a year that potentially has no billion-dollar films for Hollywood as a whole. Sure, there might be a surprise, but even if there's 1 or 2, that's fucking catastrophic. Catastrophic.
Yeah, like Despicable Me is a sequel to a $1 billion movie with obviously whatever it was, Minions Rise of Gru made around $950 million 2 years ago. So that certainly is going to probably end up contending for $1 billion.
Yes.
Other than that, I don't know if there's any like guaranteed $1 billion movies. And that's because Deadpool 3 will be rated R. So that is potentially going to limit the audience. Despite whatever limitations any Marvel movie might have anyway. I think it's going to do big because of all the cameos. I really do, despite all the problems we've had.
There's one in particular that I told you that's crazy.
I can't, that actually is fucking cool, and I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's going to be, that one's going to be cool as hell. But,
guys, I'm going to make a cameo in my own house to go see my kids. If I don't leave right now, then I literally won't be able to see my children. And I promise you, they won't be watching Frozen 5. When I get there. But I do want to say this. God bless the fellowship. God bless all of you. We are working to actually make a better world, whether it's in the news and politics arena, the sports arena, or in culture. And you have my sword. You know that I will do my damnedest to make sure that Friday Night Tights is the place that every presidential candidate must come to grovel for your approval. And they must be able to talk shit about the MCU and Disney Star Wars and Amazon The Rings of Power. They got it to do it. That is the future. That is the future we are fighting for. We love all of you. God bless all of you. I am your champion. I will bring them all to you, and you can have your way with them.
Hey, thank you, Benny. 38 seconds. That's all we got, though.
38 seconds at a time.
Thank you, brother.
That's not a Nikki Haley joke.
Yes, it is. It is now.
Yes, it is. But there's a great meme out there of us. I guess they misspelled Boeing. When Nikki got her new job, she's actually going to become she's going to be on the board of Hoeing.
See you, Benny.
Good night, America.
See you in Florida, buddy.
Bye, Benny.
See you guys. See you in
Benny.
Hell yeah. Sword.
Benny Johnson, ladies and gentlemen.
Benny Johnson.
Bringing Vivek, a former presidential candidate on our show, and holy fuck, that's crazy. That is some crazy shit. It's time to get some super chats. What a hell of a show. Odin left too. I noticed.
Night Odin.
Was he here? When did he join?
We have Odin's sword too.
Yeah, when Benny said you have my sword, Chrissy thought it meant something else. She got excited.
Hey, X-Ray Girl can come back in.
I'm already here.
Yeah, she's right here.
She's been here.
Gary,
open your eyes.
It's ironic that X-Ray Girl's asking someone to open their eyes. But
I know. Hi, X-Ray Girl.
He's blind. It's okay. Don't take offense.
I think Gary needs his medication now.
His Alzheimer's is getting so bad he can't even remember that.
Where am I right now? I have no idea. No idea.
How many lights are there, Gary?
There are 75 lights.
They're all blurry.
And they're all blurry. They're all trains. All right.
Wow.
Oh, that was a good one.
Okay. I'm going to get roasted for that.
All right.
End of time. All right. Hey, Rollin' the Wretched is here. 4 parts for $100. Quarter. Oh, yes. I did play a video game during a square up. X-Ray Girl helped me, and I did remember she was there the whole time. And I spent 2 hours chasing a goat in Witcher 3. It was
very nice.
Riveting.
Did you catch the goat?
I caught the goat. I wanted to kill it, but I wanted to feast on it, but it wouldn't let me. And people were waking up as, I guess Az was asleep. He was getting messages like to save me because it took me like 5 minutes to jump on a horse, and it's riveting stuff. We'll get back to it. Oh, you know what? We'll do some super chats, and we'll check out that Indiana Jones trailer.
Yeah. And the behind the scenes crew that made it.
Oh, yes. I was actually excited for the game until I saw that. I went, oh.
You should know better, Gary. Don't be excited for anything.
I am a sweet summer child sometimes. Rolling the Wretched, Quarter Boomer Gay Gaming was at it again this week, and you can't ride Roach. No, I set him on fire multiple times.
Why'd you do that to Roach?
I
What the
know.
hell?
Why?
Fuck that horse.
Hey,
He
horses.
just loves you. He
How
just
the
loves
hell
you.
are you going to ever ride Hagrid in a week? The internet is forever, and my memory is too. This is forever going down in the annals, not misspelled, of FNQ lore. Rumor has it that Malaysia Airlines have stepped in the take all the 737s off the boat. It says stepped in the take. Not to take, stepped in the take, but he wanted to say to take all the 737s off of Boeing's hands. You know those Malaysians can't resist a good crash. United has taken diversity, inclusion, and equity, DIE, seriously with its new hiring practices for pilots. Shad, back in the 90s, I was in the Marines and we played a rugby match against an Australian team. We used their officials forgetting they are criminals and they cheated. We lost a side bet and had to eat Vegemite. Long live the Emu Liberation Front. Hail! Hail, my brothers and sisters in revolution.
Support of the emus. You're just trying to support people that want to eat you alive. Well, they're not people, really, but anyway.
They're not.
Dude, literally everything in Australia wants to eat you alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, why do you think I have so many swords? Just...
Yes.
Today's
Did you say swords?
Yes.
Swords.
Oh. Swords.
Today's read, Exodus 8:6. So Roland stretched out his hands over the outback, and emus came forth and covered all of Australia. Hail to FNQ, Fellowship, Chat, Baby Thor, and Hawaiian Pizza. Dan Vosk is more gay than this show. Hashtag sub to Nerdrotic. So long, gay boys!
So long, gay boys!
I gotta watch that
This
again.
stuff is, like, too much. I'm starting to get worried for him.
I wouldn't. Have you met him? He waxed his balls.
That's true.
Man's okay with a lot of stuff. If he can admit in front of God, Chrissy, and a room full of people that he waxed his balls, he is okay. Hadrian for $50. Oh, this is not really a way to start a sentence, not judging your super chat, not judging what you're doing, but it starts out with "my wrist is sore."
No, you should judge.
My wrist is sore from searching the archives for the video J3DPO was referencing on a previous podcast. I found it. It's from an old Penthouse after school special they ran in the 90s. The title of the video was "The Amputee and Me."
Wow. I was a child back then, so I wasn't in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that went down like a.
All right.
I wish I knew what was going on. Sorry, I would have had a one-liner.
I wish I knew too. Is that like searching a black science fiction movie from the early 90s?
1992.
We didn't know that the American Society of Magical Negroes was a sequel.
It's a sequel.
But it is.
Yes.
To that 1992 space movie.
They were in space.
Yes.
Oh my God. If I could find, when that movie comes out, if I can find ways to put in the clips from that other movie, I will do it.
I'm out of the loop on this, and I think I am.
Okay, so
You want me to fill you in?
Yeah, fill him in.
I'll do it in the chat.
Yeah.
All right.
It's all right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put some in the chat that you just need to search in Google for yourselves. All right.
It's pretty fucking funny.
Mahler made us aware of this, by the way. Thanks, Mahler.
Yeah.
Just copy and paste that direct into your Google.
1992 space movie.
Yes.
And see, the first thing that pops up will let you know.
Now, it might be a trained algorithm, so it might be the first
Oh
thing
no,
that
it's
pops up
not.
for Ryan.
Oh no, it's not.
Okay.
It's the same.
I'm gonna see. Oh yeah, first
Yep,
thing.
right there at the top.
First thing,
It's so funny.
What?
They just were in a lot of space movies that year.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah.
Just Googling that's the first thing that pops up. It's so fucking funny.
On IMDb.
You are gay.
The 90s were a special time.
They were a special,
Wow.
special time. Kratos El Grados on the Streamlabs side for $50. Says, I like it when you call me Big 50. No, I just did. I don't know how much you like it. I don't know. Maybe you meant like X-Ray Girl to say it or Chrissy. But maybe you like me saying it. That's okay. We're not judging here. Shout out to green-haired anti-liberal. She's cool as hell. Dermy
cool.
Wormy. We love Dermy Wormy. I guess everybody who streams with him seems to hate him, though. I love you, Dermy Wormy.
I know.
I don't
Dermy's
get
a
it.
big guy.
Fuck those guys. And the Legion of Memers, looking forward to hanging out in Vegas. Hell yeah. Also, does none of Echo's ancestors have the power to normal human hearing? Or having two legs?
Could they, like, genuinely though? Could they pass that on?
It would have been nice.
What are
if
the
one
powers?
What if one of her ancestors had the ability to not have resting bitch face? She could have really
Yeah.
used that.
Power to
Smile like once.
Oh.
But if she can inherit skills, that genuinely could be something she should be able to
Yeah,
inherit.
hearing.
The power to talk.
The only time I saw somebody smile in that show, a woman smile in that show, is when she killed a white man. That's
Right?
the only time I saw her smile.
The smirk. Don't you remember the Superfans video where the one tall gay guy was like, I loved it when she signed in the middle of a battle. You know how dead you would be if you signed in the middle of a fucking battle?
A fist fight?
The tall gay guy, which by the way was an actor, because they were all hired actors.
They were all hired actors.
As they always are.
As they always are. The Arc Spartan in 2 parts for 150 Canadian pesos. Hail all, a big thank you to all of you and to Gary especially. In April, I believe, of 2022, you were doing a Picard review late at night. Yes, I was. And I told you I was back to work. You encouraged me and just through your content and streams. Hell yeah. You've really helped me over the years. I am now proud to say that my book, The Internal War, is complete. Hell yeah. And available on Amazon. Thank you again. I promise to use my first royalties to renew my memberships on D-Day Cobra and Nerdrotic. Love you guys. And hail, shit, spend that money. Spend that. Get yourself something nice and pretty. Thank you, though. Thank you, though. Hey, yeah, we'll announce Vegas after MegaCon. We've got the date, we've got the place. We just, we've got one meetup at a time for me. That's for me. That's not for you. It's for me. I have my wife always wakes. She's all, active and chippy in the morning, and I'm not. So she's all, let's do all this planning. I'm like, coffee. Shh.
Give me coffee first.
She's like planning all the other stuff. I'm like, can I just think about the next meetup? Because that I can't think past that. I just can't.
Kathy, bring me my coffee.
She was not good at that apparently either.
Oh.
And she's not good at running a major studio. Patrick
We're
Ells
coming up with retarded ideas, which got shot down and laughed at.
That's right. What if Indy got the dog instead of the girl? That was one.
Oh.
Brilliant
That's
idea.
Yeah.
What is that even supposed to mean?
What is that supposed
What
to
is
mean?
getting the dog instead of the girl?
You know those American middle-aged white women like to do with their dog?
Yep.
Do you guys all see
Not all
the
of
Indiana
us.
Jones game trailer?
Oh yeah,
You're
let's,
not
let's,
middle-aged.
We're about to talk about it.
whip it out.
Like there's
Garrett.
parts of it that are fucking
I'll whip that
awesome, to be honest.
Yeah,
Like,
I got
the
excited.
whole
Legit.
vibe, the vibe of it, the structure, it really did feel like a legit Indiana Jones movie. There's a couple of things in terms of some of the first person actions, like the whipping people in first person looked a little awkward.
Ropey as hell, yeah.
Right, but obviously there's one line in the trailer that everyone is,
Well, and also
about.
Todd Howard, somebody that I used to really like. I thought his games were really good until they turned out to be really buggy fucking messes full of DEI crap, and we'll see that.
This is made by very
Bethesda.
experienced Bethesda, the company Bethesda.
Specifically Machine Games, but yeah, Bethesda.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Didn't they do something else that Az talked about? I can't quite remember it. Az?
It wasn't important.
Okay.
Oh.
Starfield or something?
Yeah.
Fuck your pronouns.
Star pronouns.
Yeah.
Fuck your female clones from men. Fuck off.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Mostly
Let me
negative
tell you what
reviews.
you are missing, Dr. Jones. While you were playing your pointless game, I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
Yeah.
It's got, yeah. Uh-oh, boo.
History.
Side shave.
Wait. Why?
Side shave.
Whoa. Are you fucking serious?
Like, okay, I guess you could call it an Amelia Earhart.
Yeah, it's more of Amelia Earhart.
The Comics was really upset. He's like, "Are you fucking serious? There's a fucking woman in this trailer."
Oh, yeah,
That's his
totally.
reaction right there. Like I was so
but like
it's everything they could do to get a side shaved haircut in every fucking piece of media.
They chose that to make her look more boyish. Okay, they just did. I mean,
It looks a lot like, to be honest, it looks a lot like Phoebe Waller-Bridge's characters.
It does. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw it. I was like, they did not fucking put, but they couldn't because he's young. So, let's hear.
Different ways to interpret the past. Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs.
Candyman in there.
Yep, saw that.
Yeah.
Just waiting to be found.
You can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
It's a great Denim Elliott impression.
Brody.
Watch
yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think they might have used AI on the posters.
Maybe.
You think so?
Throughout
Maybe.
history, mankind has built sites of.
Isn't it Troy Baker
great
doing
spiritual
the?
I was gonna say that after, yeah.
Yeah.
If you were to draw a line through these ancient sites around the globe.
Oh, they're using. Oh,
You get a
dude,
perfectly aligned
they are not
circle.
using like ripping off the ley lines.
Uh huh.
I've had run-ins with these guys
cool.
before. Trust me, it ain't a walk in the park.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
What do you mean if I can keep up?
That's the one thing in the trailer.
Cringe. Cringe.
Yeah.
Hope you die.
Oh, is that a 0?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a 0.
Oh, awesome.
Patron of the fallen angels. Protector of the Chukulimani. The Great Circle. You have any idea how old that was?
It belongs in a museum.
That belonged in a museum.
Oh, thank God.
There's good stuff about it.
Thank God it's on.
I would say 90% of it is good.
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be a good game. It's going to be a buggy mess, though, because it's Bethesda related.
The gameplay looks like it could be repetitive. I was a bit disappointed with the gameplay. The whip thing and the gun seems to be
Specifically this
pretty
shot.
much it.
Right? You're like, okay, the exact
good
same
editing, but-
animation, right?
Yeah. It looks like the whip is just the same. Punching is just exactly the same. I would much prefer it to be a third person than a first person.
I was going to mention that too.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's like, if I am playing as Indiana Jones, I want to see Indiana
Yes.
Jones, you know?
Yeah.
Now, whenever you're traversing or whenever I think you're like whipping like off things and like doing shit like that, I do think you're in third person and then it switches to first person for action in terms of fighting. So there is going to be a switch between, but that is, and also just the whip.
I liked it.
weird to me first person.
It
I
looks
liked
cool.
it too.
No,
I liked
it as well. Let's watch the behind the scenes.
Now you want to make me not like it. Why do you hate me, Garrett?
I just want to save you heartache.
Just 15 seconds. Let's watch this 15 seconds.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new
What?
story for a modern
Jesus,
gaming
what the
audience.
Wait.
You gotta
hear
know
it.
what they're talking.
You gotta hear it.
We have
Sorry,
the
it's too busy
opportunity
laughing.
to tell a
Okay,
new
stop
Indiana
again.
Jones
Stop
story
again.
for a
Stop
modern
again.
gaming
Restart it
audience.
again. As was talking.
I wanted to
We have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
The fuck are you?
I have a clip for that.
Side shave.
Yeah. Pride. Luke, woke. He's got his not just the T-shirt, but he's got his fucking. I think they're
Got the
awarded.
pin.
I think they're awarded in Pride Combat. You know those.
He's got half a Nazi haircut.
It's like this game's too white. Let's find. Oh shit, we got white guys here. Find the gayest dude you can find to shoot our video, and have him have a Minecraft fucking pride flag or whatever the fuck that is on his chest. I don't even know, and I don't care. Don't correct me. I don't care.
It's friggin' modern audience bull crap line.
But we've seen it before where they'll do that. They'll run this kind of narrative in the beginning to try and get the woke crowd, and then the piece of product will come out and it won't have anything related to it. It may just be that.
I hope so.
But
that's a 0.0000001%
exactly.
chance.
I'm disregarding all of this because it's Bethesda related.
Yeah.
And Todd Howard is directing it. Okay.
Oh wait.
And like we
I
know,
can
they're
do that
buggy
too.
fucking messes.
I can do that too.
Oh, I have a Steam controller. I don't have my Xbox.
Press an exit out on that one, mate. Press an exit
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So
Bethesda has burnt me before. I was actually looking forward to
Dude,
Fallout
you know what? You can
76.
on Steam right now. You can get the Indiana Jones bundle that has Fate of Atlantis, and it's like $5.99. So
yeah, it's
there you
super
go.
cheap. Play that.
Play that. Fate of Atlantis is the shit. They should have made that a movie 15 years ago. Not
yeah.
Back to the super chats. But Ryan, I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan, and I'm gonna check it out. So
Yeah, like there's a lot of good shit in there. Even the game,
No pre-orders.
Even the game art, right? Like the game
No.
art, like the thumbnail on the trailer. Even that looks good. You know,
did. It
like it
felt
looks
like
like it could be an Indiana Jones movie. And I did watch some of the behind the scenes stuff in terms of the structure. Like starts out he's at Marshall College. Somebody fucking breaks in and steals something. They have to go to the Vatican at one point. Like A lot of it sounds cool.
Is it
I
ever gonna,
like the jump from the 0 to the 0.
I'm gonna
It's kinda
sound,
cool.
I'm gonna sound like such a retard right now, but I don't care. Is it ever going to be on PS5? Or is it Xbox?
I'd assume that it would be.
No, it won't because Microsoft own Bethesda.
Okay.
Yeah, the trailer starts with an Xbox.
I got my first game for the PS5.
Miles Morales.
No, I got RoboCop.
Hey, RoboCop! I'm playing that right now. It's fun.
Oh, it's so good.
Luckily for you, Gary, you have a Meta PC that will be probably perfectly capable of running Indiana Jones.
I have a Meta PC that I will play Indiana Jones on, that I have played The Witcher 3 on and chased a goat for 2 hours. I think discount code Nerdrotic, they sponsored this show.
Link in the description.
That was totally authentic. I hope everybody bought it. Dude, wait. We have a spot. I can't say who it is just yet. X-Ray Girl knows. We have a sponsor. We have a sponsor for gaming, which is going to be funny. Yes, we have a sponsor for the gaming, and we're going to be able to make whatever fucking commercial we want. We could say, I could say things like, "Hey, you want all the gaming skills of Ninja without all the gayness? You should do this." You know.
That's well, now I just hope it's Raid Shadow Legends.
How did you know?
Damn.
It's kind of obvious.
The only one who actually does some proper fucking gaming here and fucking does anyone from gaming fucking content. Oh, fuck off the lot of you. Fuck off. Show their PCs and fucking
do you want me to connect you, Az?
Yeah, Az. I'll send you something of theirs.
Send them.
I'll send you. It's called titty milk. One of the products.
Oh.
What?
Now is it?
Hold on. Is it called?
Now you got my attention.
Now, if you put a man in front of that, if you
Wait, it's milk from manatees? Oh my
God. Oh no.
Aw. Wow.
It was all a ruse to get a job at Bethesda.
It was.
Yes.
To be boring.
Patrick L's for $50. I was the wrong button. Awesome. You got Vivek. Is it Vivek? I always say Vivek because I'm Vivek.
Well, spell with an A.
Okay. Now don't ask me to spell it too. Okay. Can't even say his last name. So now let's hope he doesn't pull a Gavin. Gavin Newsom or Gavin McGinnis? Oh, Gavin McGinnis. No, I don't think there's any danger of that. No.
Yeah, probably not.
Quite frankly, the picture quality wasn't, well, Gavin had a very small dick. That saved us all. Gavin's small dick saved us all. So that's something I never thought I'd say, but there we go. WG for $50.
WG.
Just glad Vivek didn't end the interview with like Gavin. Oh, dude.
We missed him.
Oh, I've chatted with Gavin a couple times since then. A couple times. Richard.
Still a wanker.
Yeah, but like a winker like this.
It's a winker.
It's a winker.
Yeah.
A winker. Richard Bostock for $50. Will Chrissy deliver her and Gary's love child live on Friday Night Tights? You know, her husband and my wife are listening, dude. I don't think they're going to think that's funny, okay? But I kind of do.
Ruin the surprise.
Yeah.
It's actually pineapple on pizza.
Yeah. That would probably be like, honestly, Frank would probably be more okay with that than if it came out black. So.
Sure. Absolutely. It can come out with glasses, just not black.
Yep.
Wow.
The American Society of Magical Negroes.
That's what the doctor said right after the baby comes out. Somehow
How did this happen?
just appeared. How did this happen?
Gotta check your ancestry DNA report, Frank. I don't know what happened here.
Oh, dude, find the video. Find the video, Garrett, of LeVar Burton.
Oh, yeah, LeVar Burton finding out that not only does he have white people in his family, but they were Confederates in the
Confederate
Civil War.
soldier.
Oh, that's fun.
The universe
Does he massively freak out?
Unfold as it
correct
should.
itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Vile
fucking
man.
funny.
Vile man.
I learned a long time ago that there's no sense getting all riled up every time a bunch of idiots give you a hard time. In the end, the universe tends to unfold as it should. Plus, I have a really large penis. That keeps me happy.
I fucking love that movie so much. Even though one of them is a complete woke wanker. Oh, though both of them are actually.
I'll say both, aren't they?
Yep.
Complete wank woker.
Wank woker.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, there goes my phone. Who cares?
I don't know if that needed that many.
No, probably not. But I was feeling excited. Mono. Why did I say Mono?
Oh, wait. Whoa.
Oh.
Hey.
Mono 5817 on the Streamlabs side for $100. I watched a documentary about Gypsy Rose Blanchard this week, and I made the connection that parents of 2-year-old trans kids have Munchausen by proxy. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
Big time.
That is a fact. Only they don't have to fool doctors into diagnosing their children's faked illness. Look into that, okay, because that is a thing. That is absolutely a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Your children are not an accessory or an avenue for your own mental illness to be passed on to your children. Fucking monsters. Memology 101 has gifted 10 Nerdrotic membership. Subscribe for $50. Hail Memology. That is a good dude. Runs a great channel. Please subscribe to him as many times as you possibly can. We love him. We'll get him back on the show soon. Stephen Patton for $49.99. Drawing anime cat girls for a Twitter audience while listening to a former presidential candidate talk about the MCU with the internet's favorite morons. Somehow this is real life. Hail chat. Hail Friday Night Tights. Yes. Morons. Checks out. Alec Baldwin's finger has gifted 50 Nerdrotic memberships for $250. He shoots straight. Right between the eyes.
It was like 2 Halloweens ago that I dressed up as Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
It was.
That was fun.
It was 2 weeks after he literally fucking killed a woman, and I dressed up as him for Halloween as a joke.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Great idea.
And then people got upset over fucking Black Panther.
Yeah, nobody got mad about that. That's the funny part.
I don't even think I've ever seen you happier, Ryan, than when you dressed up as him. We just,
Oh, you have to see him drunk. That's why.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you still looking for it, Garrett? I think.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a good clip.
Deese tweeted it. Where is he? Hang on. It's from a couple days ago. X-Ray Go. Read a super
I got
chat.
the original episode. I'm just like scrolling through it, trying to find it.
I'll find the
while
clip.
we're waiting on that, hey, Az, are you interested in checking out Dragon's Dogma 2 when it comes out? I'm sorry.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, friggin' hell yeah. I'm so hyped for that game, man.
Big time. Hey, Shad.
Dude.
There it is. I got it.
Whoa, look at that.
Oh, that's
Nice.
sexy.
Perfect.
I got it. Garrett. So I'm putting
Okay, so this is the episode.
No, here it is. No. Here you go. It's just the clip.
I got it.
So it's
Okay,
from
sweet.
CNS News, and if you click in the article, the video's embedded in the article, and that might take you to.
Here it is.
Every time we go quiet, I'm just going to say fuck your pronouns.
Okay. Geek Grind for $100. Geek Grind. Hey. I had a sip left. Hey, team. Happy New Year. Roasting and toasting you all from Geek Grind Coffee. Hail, Geek Grind. We love you guys. They make their coffee. They get it from a Colombian farm, and all they ship is coffee and nothing else. Okay, wouldn't want to insinuate that they ship anything else inside of their coffee grounds at all. That would be bad.
Hey, I was at my local comic book store, and they had Geek Grind coffee there, and not just any Geek Grind. Our Geek Grind coffee was there.
Geek Grind. Hail.
The FNT blend.
That's right. Do you remember the name of LCS?
LCS.
Local comic shop. Jesus Christ.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh, Madness Comics.
Thank you.
In Plano. Go to it. Check it out.
LCS means local comic shop.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't own a comic book store.
Dude,
I didn't
everybody
know.
knows that.
I did.
Yeah.
Everybody knows random letters in a row. All right.
That's him. You are looking at your great-great-grandfather, James Henry Dixon. It's difficult to make out, but that is your biological great-great-grandfather. Now, I'd have fought you 5 minutes ago if you told me that I had a white great-great-grandfather. You do. You can fight me, but it's the truth. And ain't nothing you can do about it.
Deal with it.
Kunta
got white ancestry.
Yeah, that's right.
What?
Yeah.
That's
super dark.
That's funny.
Skip. You know, you took two.
Why would that be a bad thing? Is
Yeah, why are you fighting somebody?
Because he's a massive racist pig.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yes.
That's how a racist pig responds to.
Why would you
stuff like
think that way?
You know what I don't have? As far as I know, I am adopted. A great grandfather
Touch
who
the
was a
tar brush.
Confederate.
That is funny how that is.
It is funny.
Why would you fight somebody about that, man? LeVar, come on.
It's out of your control.
I guess I felt like me more like in a not a physical sense, but more like if you would have told me I had like a wet great grandfather, like,
Yeah,
"No,
yeah.
that's bullshit. Like there's no way I have a white person. You know what I mean? Just because.
But what he mentions later in the video is like pretty much every black person in America has a
Yeah, it's
At least, yeah.
because it was
not exactly the darkest person on the planet.
let's just
so it's like
say
you're not
yeah.
that- There's some white
I mean-
blood in his ancestry for sure.
No, what pisses me off, people actually do not understand how ancestry works, okay?
Yeah.
Your ancestry doubles with each generation. You go
Mhm.
back like just 20, 40 generations, it gets into insane numbers. Like we're talking in the millions.
Yeah.
And so I'm not kidding. Like you go back like to the Middle Ages or even 2,000 years, your ancestry literally becomes every person alive back then who has living ancestors today. I'm not kidding. When your ancestry gets to the number that's equivalent to the Earth's population at the time, which only takes around 2,000 years, you are literally a descendant of every single person from that period of time that has living descendants today. People do not get that. And so
We was kings.
that's the reality. No, I'm not kidding.
We're all
I'm not kidding.
connected.
We're all
People
kings.
do not understand this. And though you have predominant majority kind of ancestry and they don't understand how DNA works and things like that, but no, like literally, if you go back, you will find that even myself, I'll have Native American ancestry somewhere back then, even if it's only a couple, like that is literally how it works. People put way too much stock into this whole thing where you are as much a legitimate descendant of, you know, they always
Khan.
go through a direct line. Yeah, Genghis Khan,
Yeah.
Julius Caesar, right? You are literally a they are in
Winston
your ancestry.
Churchill
It's confirmed.
with Az. So
It might not be
and my,
that far enough.
and
for
my,
Winston
and my two
Churchill.
kids when they were born. So I love you, Az.
So yes, like you will have black ancestry and African Americans, you'll have a lot of white ancestry from, and also, yeah, like all those problematic people in Europe and all those things. Oh, guess what? They're your ancestors too.
Yep.
So
There you go. Darth Racer wants to take me to task. I knew somebody would. By the way, it was a joke, but let's hear it. Darth Racer 777 for $50. Hail! Moon landings weren't faked. Gary, there is overwhelming evidence that we went. I'm fortunate to have several Apollo astronauts, including Thomas Stafford and Charlie Duke. Currently, Duke runs a Christian ministry. I actually don't think the moon landing was faked. I just
That was a joke.
That was a joke. I'm actually one of the proponents that no, we actually went. Why we haven't gone back? That we have a show for that. It's called Forbidden Frontier. I do believe some of the video, some of the pictures might have been fake because there was like, what's that radiation that's up there? There's a name for it, for a specific
Moon radiation.
Right, we'll just call it moon radiation. Yeah, that's the official scientific term. That would have fucked up the cameras, but I think an argument could be made.
It's wild that Vivek just literally went inside a building and lost fucking signal. Yet in the 1960s, we had a goddamn crystal clear image from the fucking moon.
Yeah. So yes, you can actually, if you point a strong enough telescope at the moon, you can see where they landed. There's pictures, there's satellite photos of the tracks and everything. I absolutely believe we went. Yes. And I also believe the astronauts saw aliens there, and that's why we haven't gone back.
Well, you know why I think we haven't gone back? Because fucking why? Like, what else do we need? Like, why?
Yeah.
I
don't know.
There was a Cold War, and we were racing.
I get why we went then, but I mean now.
Yeah.
Why?
All the minerals
selfies
that we could mine and make
all the cheese.
gazillions of all the cheese. Think of all the cheese. We have a cheese shortage.
Alone.
Personally, I think the
have you
reason why
seen
we
the
haven't
price
gone
of
back
cheese in a
has been the
grocery
space
store right
boxes.
now?
Do you know how much but we still I feel like technology have to advance so much further to actually do any reasonable mining or any acquisition of minerals that we could bring back in a meaningful way.
Yeah, in the quantities it would take.
Yeah.
Well, they're moving to go back now. They are moving to go back, but we'll see.
Space elevator.
Until then, it was fucking aliens. They told them to fuck off and not come back. Okay. Trey Miller for
$50. Alien be
$50.
on the moon. There's nothing there.
Space Max is good.
They're watching us, bro. It's where they keep our souls.
Dude, it's the game devs to keep the simulation going, bruh.
Yeah, bro.
Not even lying about that.
Imagine landing on the moon. There's just fucking vast nothingness, and you see one alien just fucking jerking off.
Have you been there? Have you? Hey,
just kicking up moon dust.
Maybe he's just wanking on the dark side of the moon. You know, Pink Floyd made an album about it.
He's like, I really like the feeling in 1/8 Earth gravity.
Yeah, something about it. You know?
Thinking about that for a minute. Trey Miller for $50.
Oh my God.
One giant wank for mankind. Top 5 female genre characters. 5, Hit Girl, Kick-Ass, love Hit Girl. The first one. 4, Sarah Connor. 3, Princess Leia. 2, Ripley. 1, The Bride, Kill Bill. That's a good list. Modern Hollywood can shut up modern Hollywood can just shut up that they can't invent the idea of a powerful female character. Well, they can't. They can't. Femininity. They're trying to erase. For one, they're having all kinds of problems, and this is a mental woke argument because they're trying to make women more powerful while at the same time trying to blur the genders at all. But it's they're emasculating, demasculating men. That's the whole goal. However they get there.
Their version of making women more powerful is to make them act more like men and undermine the very nature of what it means.
And once
and that's the big thing within Marxism too.
Well, we're already seeing the fracture though. That this is where it's going to fall apart. You know, J.K. Rowling, famous, massively rich socialist who railed against immigration with 18 fucking bedrooms in her mansion that she didn't open up she was for immigration, but she didn't open up any of her 18 bedrooms. But now she's broken away because she's a problem because she had one fucking opinion, and that opinion was a woman is a woman. So you're going to see that fracture. You're going to see the LGBTQ plus thing being pushed. Well, not a big, Islam isn't huge on it. I'm just saying they're not a massive fan.
Yeah, not exactly.
That. Gays for Palestine. Go there and march. I dare you. I freaking dare you.
Enjoy your rooftop party.
Yeah. Diego Salazar for 1,000 Argentinian pesos.
Oh, is that like $5 or something?
Yeah. Oh man, why are you disrespecting him like that?
No, I appreciate it.
You're thinking about Brazilian. You're thinking
I'm thinking about Dan.
Oh,
Dan.
Vastbucks.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that to you.
It's Dan Vastbucks. Where Jeremy's right. Every time he super chats, I have to pay YouTube like $10. Well, to Az's point, we all saw Dave Chappelle special and what happened to his friend from San Francisco. Yes, we did. And on the other side, you have the German Wings Flight 9525. You mix those together, and I'm just saying. And why did Dave Chappelle's friend I mean, Dave didn't come out and say it. This is an assumption I made, but
Oh,
it might have been.
Basically, she self-deleted because of being harassed online.
Yes.
For defending Dave Chappelle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was it. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $49.99. It's important to point out we never wanted politics and nerd culture, but they were forced in by the woke ideology hacks. That's literally what started this entire culture war. So the haters can screw off with the inevitable disingenuous attacks. Hail, Ministry of Wrong Thing. You are correct. None of us, not even Ryan, none of us have said, man, I want a pro-immigration allegory in Star Wars. I want, even though like they unintentionally put one in Secret Invasion, which was fucking hilarious, which was the immigrants came in, they were given all this stuff they could not assimilate, and they wanted to kill everybody.
Fucking assholes.
Unintentionally
Entitled.
based theme right there. Yeah. None of us have asked for that. Game Sage 1-2 for $50 or $12. Sorry. Hail all. Ended last year poorly. I'm sorry. With sudden end of a relationship, but now Ryan's 23 yo. Hashtag what's 23 yo? Y-O.
Year old.
Year old. Okay.
Year old.
Oh, look at that.
Sorry.
Didn't know what that
No,
meant,
you
did you?
didn't know that.
That's just silly. Everybody knew that.
23-year-old insults don't apply anymore. Started a second job. Hopefully, I'll start a business soon. Want to go to MegaCon to see you, Gina and Carrie Ewells, but unlikely. Well, hopefully you make it. Maybe next year. Hail to you.
Hail.
I don't know what
That is just so poetic. Right after it
Oh.
was like local comic book store.
What?
LCS.
Revenge is sweet.
Well, I'm sorry. I know LCS local comic store and not 23-year-old. That says more about you than it does about me. Oh yeah.
You're
What are you
old.
rolling around with
You're
23-year-olds for? It's practically a child.
It
Weirdo.
says you're fucking old. That's what it
Nice
says.
try.
Yes.
Nice try.
Yes. It says I'm 54 years old. I am old. Good. You know what I love? I might not get a saying or two, but I love watching 23-year-olds walk around in life and just make stupid fucking mistakes that I did and laughing.
All I heard, you cut out a little bit. All I heard was I love watching 23-year-olds.
Yeah, that's all I heard.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Again, that's their mind. You guys heard me in the chat. I don't give a shit what these guys are. Fuckers.
Must have been a StreamYard thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
Half-shaved bridge kitten for $50. Hated in Norway. Loved in Australia. Not one gay, half black, or woman-controlled. Wait, that might get me a check mark. X-Ray Girl. Fat shaming, truth speaking, and loud opinions with families, but FNT still has 7.7 rating on IMDb. People love family. There you go. 7.7? That's up. It was like 6.5.
Ah.
It was. If you want to vote positively, give it an honest review. I don't care what you guys. Give it an honest review on IMDb. Somehow we ended up on IMDb. I have no fucking idea how I ended up on IMDb.
There's some people, like, whoever is the person that's, like, updating those for everyone, they're autistic as fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank
keep
you.
track of all that shit and keep updating it on IMDb.
yeah.
It's wild.
We
The
appreciate
episodes down to that.
The Frost parody podcast I did with Az is on there. Literally like Frostcast.
Like, I want to know the people. I want to know that because mine's pretty significantly like downvote. I think I'm like a 5 on IMDb or something.
Holy fuck!
I have so many fucking 1-star ratings, but I want to know who the person is that's like, who's going there and they're that mad that they're going to like a fake IMDb account and downvoting.
Whoever's doing
Mine
it.
was updated 5 days ago.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for his doing it. Well, Mahler with EFAP has that whole website that breaks down every guest. It's brilliant. Fan made and brilliant. You guys are brilliant. Thank you very
Shit,
much.
Monday Night Meltdown has its own IMDb too. That's crazy.
Oh, hell yeah. I'm up to a 6.0, baby.
Yeah,
Listen,
baby.
Moving on.
I'd like to complain though, because too many good black people voted positively for Ryan. That's all.
I want a fucking article in Kotaku or one of these other fucking queer websites that's like, he's getting review bombed on IMDb. I got 52 1-star ratings on IMDb, okay? Where's the review bombing fucking articles about?
I'm sorry, Ryan.
Please.
50 of those were me. Angry Goat for $49.99. To Betty's point about Disney doing Leia dirty, they also ignoring Carrie Fisher. Didn't she help with George's scripts because he couldn't write women? Also, New Hampshire political signs recently were 90% for Vivek. Hail all. Gary's 9.9 representing. Angry Goat, thank you to the ladies in the house. That's who the 9.9 is.
Terry Fisher was a script doctor for the prequels, I believe.
Yeah, was it the prequels?
Yeah, it was the prequels.
Oh,
I think so.
She script doctored Lethal Weapon too. Senpai Senference for $50. No help at all from X-Ray Girl on that one. I did. All right.
So close.
I was so close. There you go.
And then I was about to say a thing, but you got it.
Yep. When does everyone think woke Hollywood and Disney will finally die and stay dead? Also, would anyone here be interested in watching The Oath? It's about the Book of Mormon prophet. How do I say this, Shad? Moroni. Moroni.
Oh.
That's not how I was going to say that. Last days. It conveys a message. The woke outrage over. Oh, it conveys, of course, it's religious.
I'll probably watch it.
Yeah. Bobby Hill, 3-3.
Tits in it.
It's got what?
Has it got tits in it?
I think there's some women in the film at some point.
Yeah, but do they get them out?
Probably not.
No, I'm not fucking interested.
Bobby Hill, 3-3-2-3. What about the men? Do they get their tits out? He's still
More
probably.
importantly.
Yeah.
Bobby Hill, 3-3-2-3 for $50. I always miss the live show because of work, but my back is out. Oh, I'm sorry. I can finally share my list of dumb show/movie name combos. Rwandavision. Okay. I'm too stoned. I'm too stoned to remember the list. I thought up last week. Are you stoned and on pain medication? Just be careful. So make some of your own. Much love, virgin nerds. We're born again virgins. Especially Chrissy.
Yep.
Magnum Norse for $100. Gary needs Beardo. Beardo, read good, not Tardo. Gary equals certified Tardo, as follows dumb Tardo, therefore as Tardo. X-Ray Girl would be here. It should be X-Paid Girl. Too busy eating a German Shepherd.
A German Shepherd. That's racist. That's too
What
big.
German Shepherd?
Dude, hey, that feeds the whole family, okay? Come on.
And
German
dessert.
Shepherd is not just for Christmas. Is there some leftover for New Year?
Yeah, it's in Boxing
Big
Day.
dog.
Benny Johnson is gay. Jeremy eats brown carrots and international airports.
Brown carrots. Look it in, yay.
Wow.
Blackguard 4 has gifted 30 Nerdrotic memberships for 150. Thank you. And the members, thank you. Quelndar on the Streamlabs side for $50 has said, "Go Benny! Great halftime speech. Hail to the fellowship. Hail to you, Quelndar." Steve Watson for 50 British pounds. That's proper money. You caught the goat, promptly lost it, and had to catch it again. Okay, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
I did catch the goat, and then I walked back, and it was fucking gone. I'm like, it was right behind me.
It ran off.
And I guess you have to keep ringing a bell. So I'm playing this video game where the Witcher has to ring a bell, and I have to figure out where the bell is. I got to figure out how to ring it. I kept pulling my sword out and setting Roach on fire.
Oh, yeah. Poor Roach.
Sounds like the Middle East.
Az would have had an aneurysm if he watched me play. It was pretty terrible.
You were suffering from some premature sword exposure.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what he said.
Happens to everyone.
So funny. I appreciate how you play to your strengths, Gary. I know. Losing goats. I do it all the time. Matthew Hammond on the Streamlabs side for $45. Hey, Matthew. Gary, you must check out Jesse Lee Peterson's 1-minute video about Anomaly posted on X, where he describes a recent flight with a black female pilot. Oh. It's Anomaly, and it's spelled with a 0. I'll check it out. The FGC Sensei for 50 Canadian pesos. Hail to the chat and hail to Sean Strickland. His interaction with the LGBTQ plus ally Canadian journalist. I'm an ally. And the crowd's reaction is indicative that common sense is winning the culture war. Yeah, that was holy shit.
I met Sean Strickland actually a couple months ago when I was in Vegas for Power Slap.
Yeah.
You know, Dana White was there. I got to talk to Dana a little bit, and also Sean Strickland. And yeah, that dude's just fucking based, man. So it's just normal shit. And UFC is pretty much the only sports league, because they're like, listen, if athletes want to go and talk about their fucking whatever their opinion is on whatever, that's fine. But we're gonna let everybody talk. So you better be careful what you ask for. It's not just gonna be fucking BLM and social justice, whatever. It's going to be people that are like MAGA. It's going to be people saying, yeah, fucking transgenderism is a mental disorder. It's going to be every walk of life. And so you better get ready to deal with it. And now all the people that have been cheering on athletes for speaking their political opinions, now they're all like, well, you're not allowed to say that. How can you platform that? You're the same ones who've been advocating for it for years until it's somebody that you don't like the opinion of.
Dana White, Dana
White's badass.
Yeah, he is. And these are, these are men who fight. Okay, they're not going to women's studies class. These are men that fight, brutally fight each other. So don't be fucking surprised. Welcome to it. You should hear a normal day at my shop when I was working as a parts guy was like that. That's a normal fucking day at work, and in a lot of places, and good. Melanie Autumn Oakley for 100 British pounds. Proper money. It's the last one for the night. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I just saw some footage where Chuck Norris made a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith stood up and slapped his wife.
Solid Chuck Norris joke.
Yeah. Solid. That's a great way to end it. We'll get the rest on a square up, where I will be on my adventure to save the Baron's home, his keep, whatever it is, because it's on fire.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That'll be the
next next stream. You're going to have to be there. You have to be there.
I would rather cut my dick off.
Did you already find the Baron's child?
No, I found the
You haven't
goat.
done that yet? Okay.
I found the goat.
He just got to the firing, the building that's on fire.
Okay.
Yeah, all those horses are dead.
Do I have to save the horses? Can I just
Oh,
eat, can I just eat them?
Gary, you've been burning your horse.
Would you not save the horse?
Barn. You just need to get through the barn. Don't worry about the fucking horses, mate. That's the last thing you need to worry about.
Okay.
Just worry about yourself.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Again, there will be a square up with Gamming later. And let's go around the horn here, and we'll start with Comics Division. What do you got coming up?
I got some stuff I want to talk about, the DEI stuff. So I'll be making a video around that and how it's basically influencing Hollywood, along with other things as well. So that's kind of my plan. Not sure how long it's going to take to get that out, but hopefully it'll be next week. If not,
Go into comics. Go into Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah. But I want to cover that article I sent you guys, because it is basically really shows you how bad DEI is. I mean, I think we all know that, right?
But connected.
But yeah, all this is connected, and it's just like, if things don't change, this country is literally going to be a third world country at some point, because the fact that you're not going to have people that are competent in engineering. I mean, just look at the thing that happened a couple of years ago with the pipeline on the East Coast that got hacked. and there was like one dude that knew how to operate that thing manually. That's happening literally everywhere, and a lot of that is happening because of the DEI stuff. So that's what I'm
but
gonna be talking
a
about.
transgender guy got a job at Kmart, so it's okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
called
so
a
that's fine.
competency crisis. So we look
Yes.
forward to that from you. X-Ray Girl, what do you got coming up?
Ooh, I'm going to be playing Pal World, I think, tomorrow. So check out the channel. And I'm starting to move a lot of my gaming videos to X-Ray Girl Live. So if you can sub to that channel, if you want to watch that, I'm going to unlist it. So you can always watch it, but it'll be over there. Yeah.
Yeah. I got a sub there too. I haven't done it yet. Sorry. I
It's all
suck.
good.
I'm a terrible person. Quarter Black Garrett.
Yo, Monday, I've started streaming again on my channel playing games. I've been playing RoboCop Rogue City, which is a great game. It's a lot of fun. Sunday, I'm going to go backwards. Sunday is Sunday Fun Day, where we're playing... What is the game we're playing?
Pal World.
Pal World. I don't know this game, so it'll be fun.
like
I've heard
Pokemon.
fun things, so we'll do that. Do I need an Xbox Live account?
No.
No.
Good,
It's on
because
Steam.
mine's been locked. Thanks, Microsoft, for 15 years of shit. It's gone now. Normal World is back, so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday on the channel. We're doing shows again. Maybe we'll get Gary on the show soon. I'd like to get all you guys at some point.
Yes.
We're having fun over there. And MegaCon Florida, go check us out. It's going to be fun. We're going to be running all over Orlando.
Dude,
as
that
always.
West sketch was hilarious as hell.
Thank you, bro. Yeah, we're making stuff. We're having fun.
Love it.
It's good stuff. I'll be there soon-ish. Soonish.
We got it locked down.
Yeah. I'll be there soonish. Thanks, Garrett. Great job. Going to be editing
Thank
soon.
you, sir.
You're going to be editing soon, too.
Oh yeah, back to Rings of Power.
That's right. That's right.
I was imagining this right.
Yeah. Wow, that was really, really awful and accurate. I just
Yeah.
wanted to point that out.
Just insensitive.
But it's only a quarter whip. So.
I have a Confederate
Quarter
soldier
insensitive.
grandfather. Okay.
Quarter cracker.
You should
Three
use
quarters
your
cracker. 3/4
Fantastic
cracker.
Four arm on him.
Oh.
Get him to work.
You know that's where cracker comes from, right? It's a whip.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, for crack.
Oh.
You know where honky comes
Oh.
from? From all the white people that go to the ghetto to get black hookers. They honk.
Really?
Honka, honka.
Oh.
Oh,
Honky.
I thought it had something to do with the goose.
No.
That makes more sense, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
I learned a new one this week. Dave enlightened me. Moon cricket. Moon cricket is a
Where's
thing.
the
Go
black
look that up.
person?
I like
Yeah.
Mayo Monkey.
Didn't know that. That one's great.
Yeah.
Mayo
Yeah.
monkey's good. That's white people. It's really accurate.
I
So
like
I
Vanilla Gorilla.
I hate
Can I call you
mayonnaise.
Butter Brother?
Oh my god.
Sure.
Glad we
Okay.
waited till the end of the show for this. Shad.
Hey.
Hi.
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 You might have realized, but the Shadiversity plushie is now available. Check that out.
Ooh.
Nice.
So it's available on Makeship. You can secure your copy. Just look how cute this guy is.
You got it. You got to
Adorable.
display yours like as displayed his.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I can't do it. I can't do it, Gary. Look at it.
Ooh.
Hey, look at that. Look how good how cute he is.
I love
there.
the eyebrow lift.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
You get a look. It's actually genuinely good quality.
Yeah,
Very handsome.
It is pretty impressive.
Now
Yeah,
you
with
could
the-
argue about AI at home with your own
That's right.
stuffed Shad.
Argue with AI.
Shad.
Plushie, right,
That's
right
cute.
there. He could be your companion to quests on many random autistic things.
Yes.
Quests.
Yes, just yes.
Awesome. Please
But,
check it out.
Yeah, and yeah, working hard. We're going to be launching a pre-launch page, hopefully in the next several weeks for Shadow the Conqueror Volume. Oh, look at that!
I finally got my stuff.
Oh, it's coming through. We're actually almost done with fulfillment. Everything It's been getting sent out.
I must feel
Of course,
pretty
if
good.
there was, oh man, I'm so happy. with
I'm
that.
so jealous. I should have got the leather one. I'm stupid.
Yeah, I wish I did
should have
too.
done it. I got the 2-pack with the book.
Garrett.
Garrett.
As is flexing there.
I got the letter opener that just looks cool. That I've like never actually opened a letter that way. Probably should start though.
Yeah, do it with a sword.
I usually open my letters by
They were
putting
killed,
them
don't you
into
think?
the shredder just directly. And so I'm just kidding.
It is a pity you missed out on the leather bound, but we might be able to make it available for a limited time during the volume 2
all
right.
campaign.
Okay. All right.
Otherwise, I might have one for you, Garrett.
Oh, okay. We'll have to break in.
Because I
Let's
bought
do it.
more than one. So
Oh, legend.
Oh.
Look at these guys. Love you guys. I appreciate the support, genuinely. And I'm excited. We're working on volume 2. There's other projects I'm working on. And so some fun stuff happening. Fun stuff.
excellent. Ryan.
The fuck was that?
This is a dog toy.
There may be some squeaking
Perfectly
happening nearby.
That was the weirdest sounded fart I've ever heard,
There's
dude.
squeaking. There's squeaking toy.
Anyway, I'm doing the same shit, just making more videos, grinding shit out on my channel and Sports Wars, and of course Geeks and Gamers Daily. MegaCon's 2 weeks away, so it's crunch time. It's gonna be a blast. So I can't wait to see everybody there. It's gonna be a hell of a weekend. We're gonna be running around a lot, but we can't wait to see all of you guys. And please, 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 if you're still like up in the air or don't know, just do it. You're not gonna regret it. It's a lot of fucking fun. And the panel, listen, we got a big room. We got to fill that thing up. So hope to see you guys there.
Yep. Can't wait, dude. Az.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm gonna do a stream after this. Gonna play a video. I'm gonna play some Power World with Carolyn. We're gonna play some Power World right now.
The Pokemon game.
Yeah, about 30 minutes.
right.
Yeah, either watch on anyone else, and welcome to join us.
Hell yeah.
Isn't it like past your bedtime or something?
I heard.
Right, am I here? Did I finish the show comics? Did I do what I want? Huh?
Okay,
did
Mom.
I do an Odin? No, I did not do an Odin. All right.
Yeah, that's right. You stuck to the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's it's one of the very few times I have actually done
38 seconds later.
Normally, when I'm done, you know.
That's right. See
Roll
it
over,
through
take a nap.
I hear that.
Tomorrow, going to be on Eric July's channel for the closeout of Alpha Core. Sunday, afternoon tea with Az. Sunday fun day with the crew. All going to be here this week, which is awesome. Tuesday, Real BBC on my channel. Wednesday, spoiler discussion of Alpha Core on my channel for Ripping a Silverback. Thursday, my birthday. So I'm going to do a stream during the day, and then I'm going to be busy later, so I can't. And then Friday Night Tights, where our guest is going to be
Razor Fist.
Oh,
Always love it when Razor Fist is in.
Hell yeah. Excellent.
Awesome. Love that guy.
He's one of the best YouTubers out there, one of the best political commentators on the planet. So look forward to that next week. I will start get cats out of the bag, my Rings of Power video that I'm going to be working on. It's been a while. Got to go back to the old favorite. There's reasons for that, though. I have a reason. And yeah, MegaCon is coming. We got Forbidden Frontier, where we're going to do, military UFO stories?
Yeah, paranormal stories from actual military.
Okay, paranormal
veterans.
stories from veterans, which will be very cool. Also, God,
You didn't even ask me if I had any stories. What the fuck?
Do you?
Nah, that shit ain't real.
Oh my God. So yeah, MegaCon is coming up. I will announce Vegas right after MegaCon. I can tell you it's going to be between the dates of April 8th through 12th. If you want to start pre-planning now, I'll give you the exact date and location. of the meetup and any outside stuff. It's during CinemaCon, so we're going there. Am I going to go into CinemaCon? I ain't paying $1,000 to go in there, so I might go to the lobby. Maybe we should just do a meetup in the lobby. No, probably shouldn't have said that, but probably shouldn't have said that. Whoops! Go say hi to John Campia. Jeremy Johns might be there. He might be able to see
John
Jeremy
Campia's
Johns.
taking loads on his face.
Woke.
That's right. That's right. So yeah,
I'll never live that.
Square Up will be gaming. It'll hopefully be Monday night. So we're going to shoot for Monday night like we did last week. And it'll be a lot of fun. So until next week, everyone, thank you for joining us. It's been an amazing show, a landmark show with a former presidential candidate on. That is crazy. Absolutely wild,
big shout out to Benny and making that happen. And just Benny in general. Again,
he's a legend.
We got a wide variety of guests that come on the show, and obviously Benny's super in touch with what's going on politically. But the fact you have somebody like that cares as much as he does about entertainment, knows what he doesn't know, but he's able to speak on shit and give his opinion from that perspective, and knows how important it is for us to change culture that way. Big shout out to Benny, and thank you to Vivek Ramaswamy for coming on.
Yeah. Benny has been like really supportive behind the scenes with Geeks and Gamers and Nerdrotic and everybody here. He's a big fan, and he roots for us and shouts us out a lot. So we're just really grateful to have him around. So thank you, 100%. Benny Johnson.
Thank you to Morrowind's Vivek for coming on.
Thank you. Come again.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Grind Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, Vanilla Infused Flavored Coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all
See you guys there. Thank you so much.
Yay! They can hear you. Yeah.
That's not the first time you've forgotten to Gary.
Yes, they can hear.
That's not the first girl here. It's not the first time I've forgotten somebody, and it won't be the last time I've forgotten somebody. You know what fucking show you're watching? Good night, everybody. Woo, yeah.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Dale, dale.